Good morning, everybody around the world, through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast with yours truly, Irving Martinez, and an empty chair. And Ed is here, and Derek's on his way. But what the hell? It's been a week. I guess it takes time to warm up. Good to have you all back. Good morning, Good Time Radio. Good morning, Bunny TV. Good morning, Opiate. Good Time Radio and DS Photo Guy.
Tower of London.
Oh, there you go. There's Anthony in his PJs. Not showing up. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a good week. A good week off from this insanity that we call the Morning Roast. I know that a lot of you have been asking about what the hell is going on. Well, plain and simple. Derek went last week to try to apply for this job as a sheriff's deputy. And according to him, he got sick with a stomach virus right after that. Now, it just seems to me, folks, that after doing some strenuous exercises and, according to him, bending down and doing whatever he was doing.
Eating donuts.
Maybe he had one too many donuts. That you would get so sick right after that makes no sense. And to me, it really puts the whole idea of exercising for better health in the toilet, along with Derek's spewing his insides. Anyway, either way, he wound up in the hospital for 3 days, and of course, what the hell? He's still not here. I called him this morning. His mother answered the phone. She yells out, "Derek, Derek," and the next thing, the phone hangs up. I said, okay, well, it's really funny what happens to people when their stomachs.
He called me.
Yeah, and then of course he called Ed, and he told that he was coming, but he's still not here.
I'm a bat phone.
Yeah, Ed in the back cave, yes, answered the call, and of course he's still not here. So what the hell? Irv, you, my friend, and Derek are classy peeps. Thank you, Opiate. For what it's worth, I did miss you guys. I know that I saw Ed putting out videos. I hope that you guys enjoyed some of that. Some of those videos have not been seen for many years for good reason. Where the hell he pulls him out of, I have no freaking clue. But that one, especially the one from the Outer Limits with that noise and that penis flying around, was really one for the books. One of the most long-winded, stupid, boring films I've ever seen in my life. But what the hell? That's what we do. We not only bring you stuff that's exciting and new, but we bring you a lot of shit that nobody else wants to watch. And so welcome to our show. And, Bunny TV, you had your gallbladder removed, and everything I eat give me rocket poo. Not fun, yeah.
It's kind of like that hippo.
Rectal rock.
That hippo video, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Hippo farting.
Yeah, did you send that? No, put that up. This is you in the pool, Miss Opiate. Miss Bunny, rather. Take a look.
I got one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The shit you don't want to watch. Oh, you're a guy? Sorry. Such a gay name. Bunny TV. Oh well, put Bugs in front of it, that way you know you're a guy. Bugs Bunny TV. Maybe that'll work. Good morning, Scorpio Pio. This is for you.
Oh my gosh, they're McDonald's.
This is Rocket Food.
gas.
It's a gas.
Damn.
Whatever
Shit.
they think.
Was that for real?
Yeah, that was a long ass fart, man.
That was.
Damn.
Son of a bitch was coming out of a track that was about 25 feet long.
I would have blown my colon out on that one.
Unbelievable. And he shit too. He was wiping the shit or doing something. Oh well, that's for you, Bunny TV. Hope it brought back some memory. Anyway, so we got a lot of shit going on and a lot of shit not going on. As you all know, our government is still shut down. America the beautiful, the home, and the lazy bastards.
And it's almost tee-off time for Obama.
Let me just say this. This whole debacle or whatever, I'm telling you, this is what's happening. Here we go. I'm going to go on my diatribe. Whatever you call it. Ed's laughing. All right. Actually, he's joking. Sorry. I thought he was laughing. I'm joking. Check this out. We all need our food stamps. Ain't that some shit? Just so happened, it's never happened in the time since the existence of food stamp that we've ever had a problem with the food stamp card. Now, all of a sudden, we have a problem with the food stamp card. Now, let me just say this. This is just the beginning of the bullshit hell that America is going to now become, or has become, because of the fact of the shutdown. This is how it's going to work for these scumbags up in Washington who do nothing but go to strip clubs and waste money on donuts, believe it or not. They have a budget of almost $200,000 a year just for donuts and coffee for these scumbags. Ready? These bastards, these imbeciles, these unchristlike demoniacs that we, as a public, decided to vote for because it's our problem too. We're just as schizophrenic as those scumbags. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to cobble the government back together piece by freaking piece. We'll never get back the government that we used to have. It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. It will never happen. And what we're going to have is a piecemeal freaking government that the little bits and pieces of shit here and there. And you notice what the Republicans cover? All of the troops and all of this and all that. Fuck everybody else. Screw the grandmas. Screw the babies. Screw the poor people. The hell with them. Let them move to Aruba somewhere so they can disappear like that girl did. Screw all of these scumbags. That's what they're saying to us. That's what they're saying to us. Then who did they put out? They put out this Chuck Schumer guy. Well, one of the most annoying freaking senators that we have in New York. I mean, he's been like there forever. That son of a bitch. And he comes out talking like a freaking Jew. A cheap son of a bitch landlord who doesn't repair anything, but comes up with all these lame excuses as to why he's not able to repair anything. I mean, and then you got John McCain on the other side with his retarded-looking face and his stupid one-armed bandit kind of whatever, holding a pencil, whatever he's doing. These two scumbags, everybody's waiting to do something. They're not going to do anything. It's just like Miley Cyrus, okay? Miley Cyrus is in her own world today. She doesn't give a shit what anybody says. She doesn't care whether you like her or not. She doesn't care whether her father is ashamed of her or not. Okay, this is the way the new government in the United States is operating. They don't give a shit about what John McCain thinks. They don't really care about what Chuck Schumer thinks. As a matter of fact, they could give a rat's hootin' ass about even what the president thinks. Never mind Chuck Schumer and John McCain. Those two guys, those three stooges are in the toilet. This government is completely dysfunctional, and we're going to go to hell in a handbasket. I said it before on the show, folks. This freaking government sucks. America is no longer blessed. Take that song, God Bless America, and shove it down the toilet. It doesn't exist. God's not going to bless this freaking hellhole. No wonder the Shah of Iran and all these other scumbags are all hating on us. We're so ungodly. The biggest thing is about bouncing an ass in somebody's face. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. That's the mayhem. That's the mayhem that's going on. It's destroying this government. This government is in the shithole, folks. In the crap hole. In the toilet. Am I right, Bobby Wayne? 8384. Is this not a shithole we're living in? God bless America on my ass. America's not been blessed for a long time because of the rancid behavior that people are doing. The government, the people, everybody. Everybody's all screwed up. You know what I did for the weekend and all last week? I stood right in my freaking house. I'm afraid to even go outside. You know why? Because you got a bunch of scumbags out there as well. Right here in Macon, Georgia. They have Percy Slake. Who the hell is Percy Slake? He comes into town, big freaking deal. Every scumbag in the history of the world shows up. But yet, you go look in the churches, not one of these scumbags ever go inside a church. You would think. And go see Percy Slake. Like, who gives a shit? Who cares about Percy Slake? When was the last time he put out something?
He had one hit.
One goddamn hit wonder. Hey, who the hell is all this shit?
All right, I got a video real quick.
And Derek's here.
About Obamacare.
Yeah, let's do Obamacare. I love Nancy too. Whatever, I love Nancy.
After all, it's called the Affordable Care Act. But Chief National Correspondent Jim Angle tells us tonight about a Kentucky family that begs to differ.
Andy and Amy Mangione and the two boys are just the kind of people who should be helped by Obamacare, but they recently got a nasty surprise.
When I saw the letter when I came home from work, your action required benefit changes and closed Act Now from my insurance carrier.
And it had stunning news. The insurance for the Mangiones and their two boys, which they bought on the individual market, was going to almost triple in 2014 from $333 a month to $965 a month. And the insurance carrier made it clear the increase was in order to be compliant with the new health care law.
This is a high deductible plan where I'm assuming a lot of risk for my health insurance for my family. And nothing has changed. Our boys are healthy, they're young, my wife is healthy, I'm healthy. Nothing in our medical history has changed to warrant a tripling of the premium.
I'm going to have to figure out where we're going to cut, what we're going to do to afford $1,000 a month medical insurance premium.
His insurance company, Humana, declined to comment, but the notice to the Mangiones carries this paragraph saying, quote, if your policy premium increased, you should know this isn't unique to Humana. Premium increases generally will occur industry-wide. Increases aren't based on your individual claims or changes in health status, it continued. Many other factors go into your premium, including ACA compliance, including the addition of the new essential health benefits. ACA, of course, is the abbreviation for the president's new law, the Affordable Care Act, which for the Mangiones will be anything but affordable because the law taxes every insurance policy and requires a list of additional benefits the Mangione family didn't want to pay for.
For people who currently choose to purchase a high deductible, low premium policy that's more affordable for them, they're now being required to add all these new benefits to their policy. That's also going to add to the cost of their health insurance premiums.
There's a huge debate over whether Obamacare will raise or lower insurance rates. For this family, that answer is abundantly clear in black and white. In Louisville, Kentucky, Jim Angle, Fox News.
And we got Derek.
Derek,
our viewers have a question for you.
Yes. What the heck?
Welcome back, Derek. There he is, Derek Barrett.
Nothing's right. How you dick hanging?
Yes. Thank you. It's quite well.
Listen, not to say anything, although that Fox News report was pretty much talking about the shit that some people are going through. Mm-hmm. The last news organization that I believe in is in Fox News. So they suck. Of course, they're going to highlight all the bullshit that's going on with Obamacare. Now, irregardless of what people may think, okay, I agree that Obamacare is not the wherewithal and the silver bullet to cure the problems with healthcare. However, when you think about it, what the hell else are we going to do? If people are being turned down for healthcare, and not only that, what they do is they wind up in the emergency room, right?
Right.
They wind up in the emergency room. They never pay the goddamn bill. No one ever pays the emergency bill. So guess what happens? That shit is taxed on to somebody else. Mm-hmm. That's why healthcare costs are the way they are. Plus, you got these pharmaceutical companies making $100 a goddamn pill. I mean, you can't come up with a pill that costs 2 cents. No, these scumbags, they got pills that are $150, $500 a bottle.
Doctor got to make the money some kind of way.
I mean, these scumbags, they're all in the
basically
cahoots.
they're like Nino Brown of the medical industry.
All these sons of bitches, these same goddamn politicians, God help. God, I swear to God, I wish there was a way that we can come up with just blowing them all up, those sons of bitches.
Hippo Park.
Yeah.
God, man. We got you know what? Why can't we just go back to the old America?
I don't know.
Screw it. Screw everybody's problems. Deal with your own shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all voted for change. You got your change.
Yeah, the Mexican pharmaceuticals. You're right.
You got your change. You got spare change.
Yeah, spare change. Yeah, but
just give everybody weed.
Even the change we wanted, it's not. Even the opposition that didn't want that change, though, at least they didn't have to act like a freaking dildo about this stuff. Because I'll tell you this much: if we go into default, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna remember Speaker Boehner and them in next November next year. Because 2014, the midterm election, they're gonna get some freaking furloughs.
Let me
in fact, they're gonna get a pink slip. Believe you me, because no one's not gonna be voting for them back in office. How in the world? How does that work? You're going to tell somebody, we're not going to pay for it. We're going to shut down the government, and yet you still get a check. How does that work? You're getting $175K a year.
And they're doing shit. They're doing nothing, Derek. They're doing nothing. But here's the irony about all this. Here's the irony. Mm-hmm. The irony is that these scumbags are going to be voted back in because the public, you people, are all a bunch of freaking morons. You can't even get your head on straight, never mind voting for the right people in. And you got the worst, lowest scumbag. America, you are not blessed. You are cursed, America. You are cursed. Live with it. Live with it. Just like the Indians used to say. You are cursed. Period.
Oh, by the way, thank you everybody. Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Speaking of some healthcare,
we got.
I want to know why I was out for last week.
Yeah, here we go.
Basically, I was checked out. This was around about late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. I was checked in the hospital. First, we went to the emergency room, then was bumped up to the medical center. I ended up with rhabdomyolysis.
Whatever
muscle fiber breakdown.
What's it called?
Muscle fiber breakdown. Where basically, when you work out, enzymes up there secrete out of your muscles to break them down and I guess to cool them off or what, to make them stronger, whatever. But the thing was, after the physical agility test, it didn't take its toll on me until the next day. I took an energy drink that Thursday afternoon, right after I had the test, and then that Friday when I walked back.
Which energy drink was that? The 5-hour shit?
No, it was an energy drink. It was the
like
P90X
Monster or some bullshit?
No, it wasn't on Monster. It was actually a powder drink. But it really didn't do. It wasn't the thing that really tapped it off. It was that plus walking back from here to my mother's house, basically, which is a 3-mile walk right there. Plus, not to mention, I did stop by a convenience store.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So instead of a 3-mile, during this 3-mile walk, 3+ mile walk, I went to the convenience store to get some because I was quite thirsty, and instead of getting regular bottled water like I'm supposed to be drinking, I just get this long, tall 16-ounce can of Mellow Yellow soda. the only soda on the planet that has more sugar than Mountain Dew.
And it looks like piss.
Yeah, it does look like it does.
It looks like antifreeze.
Urine.
Yeah.
So you drink urine right after you.
Basically, So basically, I was drinking this hot mess of a soda and walking at the same doggone time. After a day after I did a serious physical agility test, jumping over tires, jumping on the walls and stuff, doing monkey bars, all this type of stuff, push-ups, all this stuff. No, I didn't get a chance to eat donuts. They ran out.
They ran out.
I'm kidding, people. I'm kidding. But anyway, I basically overexerted, and I just started. I was just getting dehydrated, and I was already getting the runs, which makes you even more dehydrated, sweating like a pig. Finally getting home, then getting the runs.
Manny's happy you're back. He said, Derek, we found out one thing, brother. You're the show. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Manny. I know you miss Derek.
Thing is,
you're not a big fan of mine, but go scratch your fanny, Manny.
I was just basically dehydrated. I was just getting the runs. I don't know why, and then plus being overexerted, walking for 3.5. Almost 4 miles, then drinking some 16-ounce soda from a can, so basically supersized soda. All that stuff just drying me out.
Yeah.
And then finally, I just basically just ran out of stuff to get the runs up. Dehydrated. Super dehydrated, and then threw up, and then which even dehydrated me more. Then I ended up in the
Well, you want to know what Congress is doing these days?
No. What were they doing?
Watch this. This is what they're doing.
Well, need a hover ramp.
Exactly.
Well, it just happens that to some of us, doing the right thing in Congress is not about helping a political party. It's about trying to help the people that elected us. It's about trying to do what's right for the whole country. And if your heart doesn't break when you read these stories and when you take the phone calls and when you have people tell you with broken hearts of what's happened to their business, what's happened to their...
That's what they do. They sleep.
Falling asleep on the job, for real. Literally.
Yeah, that's what would have happened to Manny had I come on the air. But in any case... you're right. This show is really a 3-man show. And I thought for me to sit here for a week and a half by myself, talking for 3 hours, ain't gonna happen. I'm not working that hard. I mean, I work hard on the show, but I'm not working that hard. Am I right, Derek?
Right.
I mean, Derek did it during the time that he was here, Derek and Ed. They pulled it off, but I just didn't feel like it. I just said, you know what, Derek's not here. I'm not going to run the show and get myself all aggravated with these scumbags out there like Manny and stuff like that. Always putting people down. You try doing what I'm doing, you stupid ass. You try doing it. Yeah. You try doing it, Manny. From what I gather from all your comments, you're probably worse than that guy, that bald-headed son of a bitch guy. As a matter of fact, that may be you, Manny. For all we know. Yeah.
You know what? Speaking
of blogmouth for a couple of years. Big freaking deal. Yeah. What a big show that was. That was the biggest freaking show in the history of the world. For 2 years, you wasted your freaking time. We've been wasting our time for a year, right, Derek?
Yeah.
A little over a year.
13 months.
13 months. What the hell? Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you. Blogmouth. Yeah, you are a blogmouth. How do I follow you? Not stalking. Go on my Facebook.
Yeah, go on my Facebook page, or also go on the Morning Roast page as well.
The Morning Roast on my page, on Derek Barrett or Irving Martinez or the Morning Roast. or Incompetence Inc., or you could try, what's the other ones? Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Definitely.
Right on Facebook.
Matter of fact, speaking of the stuff that's going on, shutdown and Obamacare and all this type of
Yeah.
stuff, there's been a lot of EBT card problems that's been caused.
We were talking about that, but why don't you elaborate a little bit more? Everybody on food stamps, starve, you obese bastards. There's not going to be any food for you, all right?
Yes.
And not even the pantries, they don't really have any food either.
Yes, says the spokeswoman for the Xerox Corporation says problems with EBT cards across the country has been resolved. Had some problems going on in Pennsylvania and Texas and basically nationwide.
Yeah.
A lot of people have received dozens of calls from NBC 10, that is, from Pennsylvania and Philadelphia. Received calls from both customers and storerooms in Pennsylvania and New Jersey throughout the day that access cards were not working.
Wow.
Ben Johnson, the spokesman for the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, said the issue was related to a technical problem at a Xerox facility. Says that EBT cards in several states, including Pennsylvania and New Jersey, are powered by a company that Xerox owns called ACS Incorporated. Says Xerox's cash and food assistance card payment systems went down around 11 a.m. this past weekend, around Saturday morning, according to Mr. Johnson. The cash system has been fixed. However, the EBT card system is still down. Xerox assured that ODJFS are still working to fix the problem as quickly as possible. All states that use this Xerox system are affected by the outage. This has been going on.
Keep the money in the bank. They get a lot of interest. They say screw the people. They can. America's one of the most obese countries in the world. Anyway, these fat slobs could deal with not having any food for a couple of days.
Exactly, because Georgia is among those states that have EBT issues.
Yeah.
So all the people who EBT beneficiaries who rely on the system, especially for SNAP and for WIC, technical staff is addressing the issue and expect the system to be restored, which hopefully they have done it this morning. The EBT issues impacted these following states, us included, says Georgia, as well as Alabama, California, Iowa, Illinois, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Maryland, Maine, Michigan, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Texas, as we said before.
Screw it. The whole goddamn United States. Nobody's getting food.
And Virginia, yeah.
By the way, this went on the wayside along with Manny's show. Manny, you had a show for people, vets and all that, and the situations in their lives, and then you cut it off, right? Because you don't have the show anymore, according to you, I guess. So what good is that? To help them out for a little bit and then screw them over. Like their problems are going to go away. That guy with the one leg is going to grow another fucking leg. I mean, give me a break. All right? You really cared about the vets, you'd be on there. Still doing the show. So don't give me no crap trying to make yourself look good. Well, there's plenty of other venues that you can go, Mr. Manning, like the one you're on, you stupid ass. Why can't you do one on Blog T on online? You're trying to make yourself look good when in fact you're a hypocrite. Well, I ain't got the ability to do it. Shit, you're on my show every day ranting and raving. What, you trying to have a show off Outbacks? What are you trying to do? If you're such a big man and helping people and vets out, you think that they don't need help now? Especially, you should be on there right now. Not on my show. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, matter of fact, there were some protesters near the White House yesterday because the memorials like that, the Vietnam memorials and the veteran memorials, they were not open due to the government shutdown. There was it almost came to blows in some cases.
Why don't they? Somebody, I'm telling you, this is the only time that I would advocate guns. They use them on
You heard it first.
bastard.
You heard it first.
I mean, don't shoot them. Just hold them up and say, okay, you better do something about this government. I'm sick and tired of this shit.
Yeah.
This government, America, is no longer blessed. Remember that, folks. This country's no longer blessed. That's it. It's piecemeal.
Yeah.
Just like little bits and pieces here and there. A little blessing over here, a little blessing over here.
Even
the
had
whole
Sarah
country
Palin.
not blessed anymore.
Even had Sarah Palin on there. See, basically yesterday, veterans marched on Sunday in Washington in protest of the partial government shutdown that has kept them and other Americans from visiting war memorials across the country, with support from several star conservatives, such as former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin.
That's Sarah Palin having retarded kids. Who the hell cares about Sarah Palin? Let her go take care of that retarded kid she got. Leave us the hell alone.
Obviously, the Republican Party, because
You
she's the only.
stupid ass.
She's obviously she's the best looking.
Your pregnant daughter got banged by some stupid ass guy, and you're trying to bring values when you wench.
Well, Texas Senator Ted Cruz told a crowd of several hundred gathered near the World War II Memorial on the closed National Mall, says that this is the People's Memorial. It says, simple question: why is the federal government spending money to keep veterans out of the memorial? Why do they spend money to keep people out of Mount Vernon or Mount Rushmore? Our veterans should be above political games. And veterans, including many in wheelchairs, took down police barricades and entered the memorial about midday as others took the protest to the edge of the White House South Lawn. And, some of the metal barricades were carried roughly the half-mile walk from the memorial to the White House, where they were left near the fence in front of Pennsylvania Avenue. One man was arrested at the event in connection with bringing at least one gun in a bag. A witness named Jacob Reed told Fox News that the man was standing in line to talk to Washington Republican Representative David G. Reinhardt. Reed said a police officer asked the man what he was doing, then asked him to take his bag off his back. The man complied and said the bag contained a bunch of firearms, at which one point he was handcuffed and taken into custody. And Cruz was joined in by 2008 GOP Vice President nominee and former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin on a great rainy day at the nation's capital.
Veterans have proved that they're not timid. We will not be timid in calling out anyone that uses the military as pawns,
Palin told the crowd assembled at the Million Vet March Memorials.
We can only be America, home of the free. If we are America, home of the brave. Yeah, you betcha,
Home of the
yeah.
free. Home of the free and home of the slave.
I could see, I should be...
That's what this one place is, the home of the slave.
Yeah, I should be president because I could see Russia
from my house. Yeah, I can see the moon from my house, but that doesn't make me Buzz Aldrin. Sheesh. But anyway, that's what happened in Washington, D.C. This past weekend. Well, at least yesterday. In Macon, for the other hand, we had some other stuff. We had I did not know this, but at least not in detail, but there was a free musical concert Sunday afternoon yesterday.
Yeah, we talked about it. Percy Sledge.
Yeah, Sludge.
Let me ask you
at Washington Park.
All right, and it was pretty good. It was pretty crowded.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, who? Okay, Percy Sledge. Okay, I heard the name when I was growing up, but really, I mean, we couldn't come up with something better than Percy Sledge.
He is a legend, by the way.
A legend. He had one hit.
When a man loves, well, yeah, there's a lot of
one hit. Why don't we get Aha here? Remember Aha? Take on me.
We got Bootsy Collins coming too.
Yeah, Bootsy Collins.
From Bootsy and the Rubber Band.
Yeah. Also, this past Friday,
who the hell are these people?
Bootsy Collins used to play for James Brown actually during the early '70s until he left James Brown band and played for.
This is before James Brown beat his wife.
He's the guy that dressed like a pimp on stage.
Yes. Yeah, Bootsy Collins. Also, this past Friday, I don't know if I wish I would have been able to mention it last Friday before last, that Chris Tucker was here this weekend, this past Friday night at the Macon City Auditorium. He was performing, doing his world tour, and Macon, Georgia was one of his many stops. He was, I heard that he did well on the show.
Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that? What the hell was a Starship or something?
Mothership. Yeah, the Mothership. Yeah. Bootsy, George Clinton. Yeah, he Bootsy Collins played for James Brown.
Psychedelic Funk.
Yeah, Parliament Funkadelic. Yeah.
Funkadelic.
P-Funk.
You could tell the South really had some weird music history.
Well, yeah.
With some of the shit that went on, none of these bands were anything in New York. New York, you had to be top notch. You
people
had
know
to
who
be
P
like
Funk are.
real, let's get
New
Miley
York.
Cyrus here, for God's sake. Why can't we
This
do
will
that?
blow up.
Let's get somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of drugs.
Yeah, but come on, man. But there's some people
only
in New York.
Drug addicts.
There's some
They're
people
all
in-
old
yeah.
men. A
There's
bunch
some-
of old dying
There's
men.
some people in New York that there were people who were singing New York. People don't even know in South or rest of the country. There was this guy named Chad. You remember this teenage guy named Chad? He was supposed to be
No, the only Chad I knew was that chick that was hanging off the voting
Okay.
tickets over in Florida.
I guess this was after your time. This is back during the 80s. I remember when they had the Fresh Festival, Fresh 2 at the Macon Coliseum.
This is after my time.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what this is back in summer of 85. This is during Live Aid, right?
Yeah.
See, Live Aid, they had Fresh Festivals during the same day as Live Aid, which that's why I remember it so well, because it was July the 14th, 1985. They had all this was like this is the first rap concert I've ever been to, and probably the best one. They had Houdini, they had Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, they had Turbo and Ozone from the movie Breaking. Had these no-name breakdancers from New York. They weren't the New York City Breakers or the Rock Steady Crew. They just happened to be these guys dressed in camouflage breakdance to Paul Hardcastle's Vietnam song,
Incredible
19.
talent.
Yeah, from your state, New York. But
Wow.
and they had this guy named Chad, this 17-year-old guy. He was Puerto Rican dude. He was like this teenage predecessor of Usher and Justin Bieber back in the 80s. I guess he was like the Latino Bobby Brown or something, I guess. He had like a couple of hit songs that was like big in New York. He performed in between with the grandma. He had his own.
Well,
couple
Brooklyn
of gigs.
in the house, and now Brooklyn's going to be in the house of the Federal Reserve.
Really?
Yeah, Ms. Yellen.
Oh, okay.
She's from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
My own neighborhood. She actually sounds Brooklynese. Yeah, she's going to be in charge of Federal Reserve. So screw you, people.
Yes.
Brooklyn is not some other country like Ethiopia. Whatever other country that we're supporting.
Mm-hmm.
We support every other country but our own. What the hell is that all about, Derek? Can you explain that to me, Derek? You man of civil thinking, somewhat.
I have no idea. I mean, this was the same country who had more respect for the Nazis than their own black Tuskegee Airmen pilots. I mean, go figure. I mean, they had their own American pilots sitting in the back of a train and stuff, while they had German Nazi POWs, sitting in the front.
I don't know,
Go
folks.
figure, man. Go figure.
I really don't know anymore, but what the hell? Let it all sink in the toilet. This is like...
don't forget to flush.
Think about it. It took how many years for people to realize, that cigarette smoking is no good for you, and that other shit. What's the other?
Emphysema.
Yeah, all this other shit.
It was like
it's going to take over 100 years to realize that America is screwed up, and it's not blessed. It is no longer blessed. If you think it is, then I don't know what fantasy land you live in, but you do not live in the real world. America is on its way. I'm telling you. The way it's continuing, it's going to be anarchy. It's going to be, run for your life and be all about self. And it's happening already. It's been happening. Mm-hmm. I mean, you think about our war vets. Think about it. They cut off their benefits. They can't even get buried. And then they all running, we didn't mean that. Who's saying that? The Republicans are ones that shut down the government.
Yeah.
Now they're going around pretending.
We're going to remember next year during the midterm election.
Well, I don't know. I'm glad that you have hope, but I certainly don't. People are stupid. People are going to continue to vote the same assholes in. Who wants to look, that guy that was just on there, for the other guy falling asleep in that bald head, who wants to look at that son of a bitch day in and day out is beyond me. It's beyond me.
And they're getting paid.
Wouldn't you rather look at me and Derek than look at that son of a bitch? And that's pretty up there with, really being crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they're just getting paid phenomenal amounts of money. Phenomenal amounts.
Yeah, people don't care, Manny. Really, people do not care. Look at what's happening with our veterans. I mean, could you imagine you're putting yourself out there saying, you know what, for whatever reason, because I don't think it's about the college education and the benefits. What freaking benefits? It's like saying I'm going to go work for my welfare. Really, you don't get paid enough to be in the armed services. Really, in the end, what do you get? You're sitting in a desert watching all these ugly hoo-has. I could barely go in one of the stores around here to buy a pack of cigarettes. I get annoyed at just looking at these sons of bitches behind the counter like they're doing you a favor. Mm-hmm. Imagine I gotta look at a bunch of Afghanis all frickin' day. I swear to God I'll shoot myself.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's awful.
I saw the EBT down today.
These people eat with their hands. Who wants to be around these people all frickin' day?
Oh yeah,
so
like
I
a
have
whole
to
lot
give
of
it
people.
to my soldiers.
Like a whole lot of people eat chili dogs with a knife and fork. Come on, Earl.
Well, no,
I'm talking about they're eating rice. They're eating rice and frickin' meat with their hands. I know what they eat like. But the point is, could you imagine what these soldiers are mentally going through in these disgusting, horrible-looking countries that are all bombed out? They all look worse than Detroit. Looks like Beverly Hills next to these places. And then they come home to what? They come home to a gigantic middle finger that the United States puts in their face and said, screw you, you're on your own. You survived the war, you're going to survive the streets of LA. You're going to survive the streets of whatever country, backward Kansas country you come from. You're on your own. Screw you. That's how they treat the American soldier here. Mm-hmm. It's a disgrace.
It is. It is.
Columbus was just a pirate that got lucky.
Only thing, well, yeah. By the way, the government is really shut down today simply because it is Columbus Day, which got to be the most useless holiday in the world. Because how do you get a holiday for being lost? I mean,
and he didn't discover America; he discovered El Salvador. Son of a bitch didn't even land anywhere around here. He landed all the way in Mexico.
Yeah, Vespucci actually made it to America. We don't have Vespucci Day, but you know.
By the way, Manny, I'll bring that up. What about the Redskins? Let's talk about it. This government is all screwed up. We're in an absolute total breakdown. No government, basically. We don't have one right now. And yet, the frickin' president talks about the Redskins changing their name. Like, what are you
everyone was
trying
talking
to
about
do,
that
you
last night.
stupid ass?
Well, a lot of people were talking about that last night during the Washington Dallas game last night because it's Cowboys, Indians, that type of thing. That's symbolic thing, and they usually play around by this time anyway, just before Thanksgiving.
Now, what is that?
Conspiracy? I think, but anyway.
What is that all about?
The thing that I'm still trying to figure out is they're trying to justify trying to have the name of that team name when even though there are some names that are named after Native Americans, like the Florida State Seminoles, or the hockey team, the NHL team, the Chicago Blackhawks, which recently won the Stanley Cup this past summer, this past June, July. Redskins is basically the only sports franchise is actually a slur. I mean, not saying that there's no other ethnic group that are represented by. Not saying that Native Americans are the only group of people who are used as a mascot or ethnicity. I mean, you do have the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, they're a group of people, and you have New England Patriots. You even have Buccaneers and the Raiders, which basically are pirates anyway.
And
But
the
still.
Green Bay Packers, what the fuck are they packing? I always wondered about that. I was always thinking about Billy's
Good
dad, the
question.
Fudge Packer.
Thank you,
What are they
Scorpio.
packing?
for
Thanks
that
a lot,
link.
Ed. I was thinking about
What are
that.
they
but-
packing? Cheese? How the fuck they get a name called the Packers?
Because they pack cheese, packing. They do a lot of packing, shipping,
Yeah,
handling and stuff.
half of those guys look like they got a lot of package in their back and in their front.
I think Green
Well,
Bay.
that's a lot of-
Green
that's
Bay
a lot of
pickles.
padding.
That they should go on the Green Bay pickles.
Pickles.
Well, why don't we call them like the yellow skins? Since you might as well, China owns everything else. Don't go calling them the
so
yellow
replace
skins.
one run ethnic slur with another one. That's what you.
The Caucasians.
Yeah, well, but that's the point. Think about it. If they were to call, let's say, a Chinese team. By the way, does Chinese know how to play football? Too many
Well-
vegetables. But anyway, you think about it. Yeah, too many vegetables.
Well, some of them used to be. Now they must put some in the water now, because you got like 6'5", 7 foot Asian now. I mean, Yao Ming, he's 7 feet tall. Michelle Wee, she's a Asian female golfer, women's golfer. She's 6'2".
GMOs.
Yeah, GMO.
Yeah, 6'2", she's Chinese.
Yeah.
That's all that radiation. That's sons of bitches. Who the hell knows what they put in their food?
I mean,
Who ever heard of a
maybe-
6'3" Chinese woman? Where the hell is that
yeah, I
come from?
remember 20 years ago, you could. I mean, average age one was like about 4'11", 5
Yeah,
feet tall.
they still are. But anything
But
that,
now 20 years later, they like 5'11", 6
it's
feet.
all that
like,
irradiated food, folks.
For real?
Well, take a look. Look at what happened after the 70s. It was in 1970 that they started irradiating food so that it would be as a,
You mean to preserve it?
as a preservative. They started irradiating a lot of the food. You look at my little brother. I'm about 5'1" now, maybe somewhere. My little brother is 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
Born in 1970. All that Captain Crunch and all that other shit that was out there during that time. Who the hell knows what they did with that food? All that sugar and hydroglucanol and all these weird names that nobody gives a shit about or can read. What do you think is mixed in it?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell knows? They started irradiating food in the 70s, and now you got all these gigantic creatures walking around. All these big, gigantic, 7 foot tall people, which, by the way, folks, could you imagine how much shit these people produce? I'm talking about real shit, like taking a shit. You got a 7 foot tall body. You got a lot of shit coming out of there.
Jesus, Irvin.
Yeah.
Come on.
Am I right?
Have a break soon.
Yeah, you got this Godzilla
Shit
shit
yourself.
coming out of these guys.
Man,
And
I'm glad I
gals.
just had some Cheerios. Sheesh.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got some Cheerios instead of that 3-egg omelet. I was thinking about
I'm serious.
cooking.
These sons of bitches, they got to take a shit. They waste water. They waste food. These bastards got to eat. Get rid of tall people. Get rid of them.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
Let's get rid
Put
of
them on an
them.
island.
Send them all to Ethiopia.
Put them in an island or on a camp somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's.
Send them to Ethiopia. Let them starve over there. Maybe they'll shrink.
That's so Mangala of you. That's, sheesh.
Tall people have no reason to live. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm so glad.
they got
you
big
back.
hands, big eyes. They walk around telling big, big lies. They got big noses and big feet. They don't have to wear platform shoes because they don't give a shit. I don't want no tall people. Don't want no tall people. Don't want no tall people around here. You see, that's why Derek's here, because he ain't tall. Derek's...
I'm barely average
What, you
height.
5'7"?
5'8.5".
5'8". Give himself an extra inch. By the way, you look pretty good.
Thank you.
You lost a little weight.
Yeah, a whole lot of water weight. But
A lot of water weight, yeah.
Down to 195, so.
Yeah. And the short shall inherit the earth. Thank you, Hoodie. I mean, I'm no way affiliated. By the way, let's say hello to our viewers. They waited a whole week in anticipation of who the hell knows what.
Yeah.
Might as well wait for EBT food stamps to come in.
Yes, want to say good morning to Asher34, Good Time Radio. Thank you. Thanks for saying thank you to me. Thank you for coming back. Benin.
Do you have any cute nurses?
Yeah.
Oh, we got Ohio here.
Benin, Ohio. Yes.
I would guess it's Ohio.
Yeah. Thank you, Ohio. Yes. Y'all need to vote Speaker Boehner out. Y'all need to quick. If you're from Ohio, just letting you know.
Why doesn't somebody stand up to that scumbag? Go ahead, keep going.
Bobby Wayne wants to say thank you to Bobby Wayne, 8384. Also, Bunny TV, Confused 58, DJ Azrael, Hoodie 420, in no way affiliated. Manny Opiate for Life, Scorpio PO, Smell My Fingers, Snow Sparks, and Squank.
Wow, Squank.
Yeah,
that's a new name.
I guess it must be.
Welcome.
Squeaky.
Welcome
skank,
all. Good morning, Hoodie 420, of course. You're one of my, I guess, favorites because of the hoodie. I don't know why I said that, but what the hell? Might as well.
It's a good time.
Good to have you here, Hoodie. Just don't walk around any guy named Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Might shoot your ass.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Good Time Radio. I sure appreciate it and glad to be back and glad to do what I like doing. And
what is that?
Thank you. Being here, well.
Tweeting while doing the show.
Well, I was just giving a message to Earl, and Earl, hope he'd be able to check us out on the show today. I was just answering his message.
Earl was here last week.
He was asking me what was going on. Yeah.
Well. We got some news. What's in the news? I've got some news.
We definitely have some news. Well, of course, we have, this past Friday was the last day of early voting. So if you want to vote, we have the vote. The recall vote is going to be, runoff election is going to be this coming Tuesday, tomorrow. The runoff election is going to be tomorrow. So if you didn't get a chance to do early voting between October the 5th, this past Saturday before last, and October 11th, you got to go and vote tomorrow. So don't forget.
Well, vote tomorrow. Vote. By the way, we had, according to the news, we had Jack Ellis and Mayor Rickett, going around and kind of doing last-minute voting.
Last-minute campaign.
And as it says, tomorrow, Macon voters of Macon-Bibb County will select a mayor and decide 4 commission races that will force into a runoff after the September 17th election.
Yes.
Current Macon Mayor Robert A.B. Rickett and former Mayor C. Jack Ellis. These guys with their frickin' letters. Why can't they just put their names out?
Mm-hmm.
A, B, and C. Isn't that weird? Robert Rickett is A.B. Rickett, and former mayor is C. Jack Ellis, ABC. I wonder if there's some kind of conspiracy going on here. Think about it.
Yes.
Only in Macon. On the ballot, as well as the candidates for 2nd, 4th, and 6th and 8th district races. Early voting ended, of course, on Friday, as Derek said. That day was marked with delays and long lines. Trouble that was blamed on poor internet connections by election officials. Tuesday, voters will go to their precinct locations inside the contested runoff districts. Newly elected officials will take office in January. There you have it. Making elections about to end. Well, here's your first break in a week, Derek.
Yes. There we go. I guess that's our first one. It's 9:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. You're watching the morning roast live from the Nut House.
Is that long, huh, Darren?
It's been that long.
Got the name of the show.
Yeah. It's 62 degrees outside and 62 and cloudy in Macon, Georgia, with a high of 78 and a low of 59 degrees. Stay tuned for our next hour. We'll definitely talk about some more local stuff, particularly a man that escapes his burning home in Macon and a teen that was shot in the head this past weekend. Don't touch that remote or that mouse. We'll be right back.
Didn't decode right. You're back.
Okay. We are back. It's going on 9:09 a.m. Eastern Time. You're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House with Irv, Ed, and DB.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
There's Irv.
It's a very lonely week.
Irv the midget.
There we go.
So PC of you, man.
Thank you, Ed.
Jeez. Oh, man. That's crazy.
That looks like the same guy that's wearing the Tinky Winky thing.
Same one.
It is.
Anyway, Bobby Wayne sent us a link about a woman that got hit by 2 trains. What the hell? Let me see. I'll read it. Police chase woman. Train hits her before the second train hits a car as the second woman flees on foot. A woman was involved in a wreck with 2 trains on Sunday. Oh, that was yesterday. Police said the 29-year-old woman was fleeing police when the accident occurred. Fisher said the woman walked away with only a broken arm, which seems like a miracle, considering the images of the vehicle. The mangled Mercedes sat pinned under the train for several hours after the driver was rushed to the hospital. And I just couldn't stop in time, he said of the woman's vehicle. It was too close to the incident. Didn't have time to stop. Let me see. Anyway, the vehicle sustained heavy damages. Witnesses involved said alcohol was present. But they haven't confirmed whether the woman was intoxicated. There you go. Lucky bitch. That is one lucky broad right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone who was very lucky, in our neck of the woods, there was a Macon guy, a 29-year-old man escaped a fire that engulfed his home. Reginald Hill woke up this morning and something dropped on him. Yeah, it's a fire. Firefighter said Hill went to the kitchen and saw the blaze. He was able just to flee through the front door. Macon Bibb County firefighters are investigating the cause of the fire as we speak. Source, thank you, from the Macon Telegraph. Reginald Hill basically escapes his burning home this morning. And this breaking news.
Yeah, here's more breaking news. WXGA is this one.
Mm-hmm.
Guy in a Crawford school employee is facing child molestation charges. They have more molestation. The Crawford County school employee is in trouble with the law after child molestation accusations surfaced. Sheriff Lewis Walker tells SGA 28-year-old called Tease James Saffold of Roberta is in custody and charged with 4 counts of sexual exploitation of children, 4 counts of enticing a child for indecent purposes, and 4 counts of child molestation. Walker said Saffold was arrested after investigators met with Crawford County high school officials on Wednesday. Oh, they're high school kids.
Mm-hmm.
The Georgia Bureau, the GBI is assisting the Sheriff's Office in the investigation. And they set a bond at $100,000. Who knows?
Yeah.
Once again, this is a guy that doesn't look like he can get a girlfriend, even if she was a prostitute.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what he can get. He can probably get a prostitute, but he doesn't look like he's got the looks to do anything other. Why they would choose guys like this? They don't vet these guys well.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're so desperate to get people to go in and babysit these kids. Then they don't give a shit what they get. They take whatever. You want a job today? Go become a teacher.
Wow. Well, the thing is, I think it's probably I guess in a way, maybe I should. Some of my female friends said they really do need male teachers. So I guess because the majority, like 90+% of the teachers in public schools are pretty much women. So they're in a shortage of male teachers.
Well, no wonder they're filling up all these kids.
Well, yeah.
Plus,
let's also forget that the majority of the people the teachers who were being arrested for molesting kids were women because they make the majority of the workforce, school teachers, Well,
I think what happens is there's a lot of unreported crimes occurring.
Of course.
And of course, when they are reported, a majority of them are women, and that freaks everybody out because they don't expect it to happen.
Yeah, of course they don't expect it.
And that's why it makes news. But I think
which is why a lot of guys, which is a lot of reason why a lot of guys don't even try to apply for teachers because they know it's like if he high fives a kid the wrong way, they're gonna say, "Who he molested?" No, I just gave him a high five.
Good morning, Donnie Curry. Where did you get this outlandish news about November 13 and 14? Is the government's gonna turn the U.S. Power grid off? Where'd you get that news, Donnie? Is that even for real?
Thanks for the compliment, Donnie. Thank you.
Well, right now, NASA, a lot of those people at NASA are pissed off, so they're gonna, who the hell knows? Making shit up.
I thought they were closed. Didn't they shut down because they don't have,
they don't have money.
Space
so
program.
Yeah.
Oh, Ison comment. Okay. Well, I got some more crazy stuff that's been.
Well, make sure you make enough money in a cab, Donnie, so that you'll be able to build a spaceship or some kind of a underground bunker. Put yourself in. You can continue the morning roast after we're all gone.
Speaking of some crazy stuff this weekend, authorities in Middle Georgia say a 13-year-old boy was shot on this past Friday, has died in a local hospital.
Yeah, he died, yeah.
Bibb County Coroner Leon Jones says 13-year-old Marquez Blunt died Saturday night at the Medical Center of Central Georgia. Authorities say that the boy suffered a gunshot wound to his head Friday night. Investigators say a 16-year-old boy was handling the gun when it discharged. The older teen is charged with possession of a firearm by a minor and possession of a firearm with an altered serial number. The Associated Press doesn't typically identify the juvenile crime suspects.
There you go. Keep loving your guns. Keep loving them.
Altered serial number. So basically, this wasn't a legal gun because they must have taken the serial number out of it. So that's another thing right there.
Wow. So keep loving them. Keep going.
And this was a legal one because if they had, all guns come with a serial number, and if it was given a new one, this probably was used in a previous crime or drug dealings or what have you. That usually what happens, but they'll probably say they'll update on us whether or not this gun had a pass, so to speak.
There you go. Now he's dead. Mm-hmm. Just another statistic.
A bad parenting.
And it's so sad because, you don't know the stories behind the stories, right? You get a glimpse of it, of what they're saying on the news.
Plus, you know that this basically, did you say what Ann says? This is basically bad parenting and basically just a wrong way of you can say basically just parents dropping the ball, especially when they have teenage boys, when they're trying to assert their manhood. Now, the 13-year-old boy is now dead, won't be able to experience his manhood because one little crazy little 16-year-old male was too busy trying to assert express his own, which negatively I might add. But still.
Yeah, that's true, Bia. I agree. If you take the guns from civilians, the criminals will have them. Mm-hmm. That's the whole idea is that we built too many of them. There's millions of guns out there, millions. This is the way America made a lot of its money in the beginning. Making guns so that we can fight wars. America is a warmongering nation. We started and have been involved in war since the time of our inception. Everything about this country has been about war. Think about it. I mean, the very same people that came here on and landed on whatever frickin' area they landed in. What was the first thing they did? They went in and they started killing the Indians. And raping the women and burning the cities and the little towns or whatever, the teepee villages. That's all. This country is made of war. Everything about this country is about war. Everything. There isn't anything that's not. I mean, this is why I get sick to my stomach when I hear songs like God Bless America now, because maybe at one time we were, like who the hell knows when. When was the last time America was really blessed? Was it during the 60s? Hell no. You had the Jim Crow era. Was it during the 50s? And Happy Days didn't exist. The only happy days was if you had blue eye and blonde hair and you lived in some community in Levittown. I mean, give me a break. What about before then? The 40s. Bullshit. What was there? World War II. You had Adolf Hitler destroying all those Jews out in Europe. The 30s. What did we have? We had Charlie Chaplin banging every broad in the history of the world.
Well, then the Great Depression.
And the Great Depression. And before that, in the 20s, what do we have? Let's go back, folks, and think about it. And it goes on and on and on. America's never been a country that everybody says it is. Oh, we're a wonderful country, this and that. Look, we're just people. The only difference between us and those hoo-has out in Lidsville over there in the Middle East is that it took them all this time to catch up to the bullshit that we've been doing here now for the last 250 years or whatever, how long this country's been around. Let's think about it. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, think about it. We got a bunch of nutcases going around now because of this country driving them crazy. Everybody thinks we're going to get hit by a comet. Everybody thinks that...
Donnie Curry was saying it's easy to bring up the negatives than it does to bring up the positive. Well, yeah, because bad news travels fast.
Yeah, and not only that, it's not even about being pessimistic, Donnie. It's about being real. Look, you're sitting in a cab all day talking about this shit, I'm sure. I'm sure that you go home a little bit frustrated with how shitty this country is becoming, or has become. Or maybe always was, but we were all so stupid-ass blind to see differently. I mean, and I'm not anti-American. I love my country. I was born here. I ain't got no choice. But it's like a bad marriage. After a while, give it a break. I mean, my God. It's so outrageous. Look what's happening. Yeah, I'm just anti-people. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what? America should be a desert. Might as well. I mean, look what's happening. Mm-hmm. Do you really want to be bothered with these politicians telling you what you can or cannot do? Why are we giving so much power to these people? Why can't we just go back to the old days? The days of when America was murdering Indians. Taking over everybody else's territory. Let's go back to that. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make, folks. When has America ever really been the country that we all have been brainwashed into thinking that it was? I mean, it's the best thing that humanity has to offer, no doubt. The way humanity is not even human. Yes. It's no wonder why we're in a shithole.
Mm-hmm. It's 9:22 a.m. I was just saying hello. Thank you for welcoming me back, Michelle Stacy. Thanks for coming in. Those who just came in on this hour, I just came back, and the reason why I was out this past week because I was hospitalized for a
He took too many Viagra and he had to seek medical help.
Yeah. rhabdomyolysis, muscle fiber breakdown. I basically overexerted myself. I was overexertion from the physical test.
From the physical
test.
Well, I can tell you're going to be a great sheriff.
That and being over dehydrated from loose stools and taking long 3-mile walks from here to my place.
Well, by the way, Donnie, it's not that I'm saying that we should never try, but who was it that said it? Bear Bryant. Remember Bear Bryant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a
former college coach
I had
of
a hat.
Alabama.
I had a Bear Bryant hat at one time. Really cool hat. Anyway, Bear Bryant. There was a story. Who the hell knows whether some scumbag made it up, but it sounds good, so I'll say it. This scumbag will repeat it. How's that?
Okay.
So there was a story where Bear Bryant, they're losing a game, and he's getting pissed off. So he goes to one of the guys on the bench, and he says, I need you to get out there and make this play, and make it happen. And boy, that guy looked at him like he was a god. He said, gee, Mr. Bryant, for you, I'm sure as hell going to try my best. And Bryant looked at him and said, sit the hell back down. I don't need somebody telling me they're going to try. I need somebody that's going to tell me they're going to do it. And he picked a rookie instead. In other words, trying ain't good enough anymore. We've tried this and tried that, and tried this and tried that. Derek wants to try that. But
I found a dating site.
What I'm saying is, we are done with trying. Trying is not a good word anymore.
Well, you could have just gotten just Yoda from Empire Strikes Back and says, "Do or do not. There is no try." Just saying.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody goes crazy about healthcare and why the government shouldn't handle it and all that. But meanwhile, I mean, you know, how hypocritical are people? Think about this. They want the government to make sure that we pay our bills. They want the government to make sure that people get their benefits. They want the government to make sure that our military is well stocked. They want the government to make sure that our food is well inspected. But screw that. When it comes to my health, I don't want the government in there. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's a total hypocrisy. To say, give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that thing, give me that, give me that. But don't give me that, that's going to help me. Give me everything else. But don't give me the shit that's going to help me. It doesn't make any sense.
Boy, now that's ugh.
It does not
now
make any freaking sense. We're
all
all screwed up in the head. Nobody knows
like that
what they
chick in
want.
that picture right there. Yeah, she doesn't get a whistle. She gets a.
Zip it up.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, come on.
She
Give
look
me
like
a freaking break. We can handle the military. We can handle missiles. we can handle a lot of shit. But we can't handle. Yeah. Well, but we can't handle healthcare. Give me a freaking break.
Yeah.
First of all, you know, it's stupid to think that America, if you are so pro-American, as you say you are, to you pro-Americans, you say that we're the greatest country in the world, that we're able to do anything that America was used to making great things, big things. I mean, we built the Hoover Dam. We built the Panama Canal. We built
Brooklyn Bridge, Golden State, Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, the Verrazano Bridge. We built bridges. We built infrastructure.
You didn't build that.
Yeah, the biggest highway in the world. We sent a man to the moon. We send satellites that are beyond our Milky Way. With the Voyager 1 and the Voyager 2, we built all this shit. But we can't take care of healthcare? Give me a freaking break. Alright? You people are all caught up in your shit. And hating on Obama. And
So wrong.
That's my little
Look at him.
Oh.
Why does everyone think this government owes them a living? Let's put it this way. You heard the old scripture. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God. Give to us what belongs to us. I don't want to hear this shit about entitlement. That's not an entitlement, but people pay into their government with their taxes for the shit that you get maybe back later on. Don't give me no shit about entitlement. The government doesn't hand us any money. The government's handing us the money that we've all paid into for that many years that we've been paying taxes. And God help you if you don't pay your taxes. What's going to happen? Boy, they got that shit on right. Oh, they'll make sure that they collect their money. But screw you or getting yours. It'll happen if we decide it. What is that shit all about? I don't get it. Yeah, Obamacare, Donnie Curry. You know what? I hope to God, I really do, that everybody that has health insurance right now, that's buying it, that their premiums go skyrocket. And that only if you get on Obamacare will your premiums be cut in half. I hope so. Teach you a lesson. It's all about what? Making money for these insurance companies that never give a shit about you? Mm-hmm. Why do you think lawyers make so much money? Because these insurance companies don't pay. They don't pay. They all of a sudden, they come up with all these excuses. I mean, give me a break. Mm-hmm. You people are all blind.
Talking about somebody who's getting a break. I got some more crazy stuff. Some breaking news. This is in Milledgeville. A Middle Georgia inmate has sued the State Department of Corrections for cutting his dreadlocks. Our wing dang doodle of the day.
Yeah, we were home, Tara. Where the hell have you been? Boy, I get calls from you all the time, and then the last week and a half, you're too busy to say hello to a friend.
Basically,
I've been calling you. Nobody answered that phone.
This inmate was suing the jail for cutting his dreadlocks. This, according to Georgia, according to the news source, Georgia prisons require inmates to keep their hair shorter than 3 inches on top and above their ears and collar. But Brian Kawan Sims, who's serving a life sentence for armed robbery and aggravated assault, says he should be granted a religious exemption to grow dreadlocks up to 3 feet long as a follower of the Rastafarian faith. Sims filed a handwritten lawsuit Thursday in U.S. District Court. A Georgia Department of Corrections spokeswoman said the agency doesn't comment on pending litigation. Sims says he's twice been denied an exemption to grooming standards because prison officials don't recognize Rastafarianism as a religion, according to this. Unfortunately. You can always grow back. I mean, it's not like, it's a finger.
Well, I mean, you're going to prison. You're going to get, you have no rights. Once you go into prison, you become what they call in America treason. It's a treasure. Yeah. Your number. When
despite the fact you do get free 3 hours in the cot and free health care. So, surprise.
Yeah,
talk about irony.
Well, that's great.
That's most of you got to go to jail to get free.
I'm glad you had a good weekend, Anthony. I'm glad that you had some family events. Since we're not family, I guess we weren't included. But what the hell? By the way, did you ever go see Derek in the hospital?
No, it didn't. But
did you ever call Derek in the hospital?
He did call me, though.
Oh, he did call me. That's good. I've been doing a lot. Plus, the morning roast was on our haters for a few days. I know. Well, that's why maybe you could have called me. Say, hey, what are you doing?
I appreciate
I would have gone to that Percy Sledge concert. But you know what? I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'll tell you why. Because the pictures that I saw, all the assholes of downtown seem to be brown-nosing any event that happens.
That's free.
That's free, exactly. Believe me, I'm glad I wasn't there. I don't want to say hello to anybody in downtown right now. Tired of it. Same old people. Let's bring in some new blood here. You know? Yeah, it looked like it was way overcrowded. And of course, all these scumbags, they have their big tables with their food and all that. Selfish bastards. They won't even look at you and offer you a freaking crumb. Who wants that? You know, when I used to go out, and I did in New York, the beach thing, I used to bring my little hibachi and cook hot dogs and shit like that. People walk by, I offer them. I did that shit all the time. You think these scumbags will do that? I don't think so. Maybe Anthony would. Yeah. Where were you at the MAGA party, Eric? What happened was I cleaned up the place for Terrell. And I made $50. And, but I was too tired. And I said, I was downtown till about the time the party started, actually. I went and I had, where the hell did I go and eat? By the way, the pizza shop was closed. What the hell is that all about? The pizza shop, Barefoot Tavern, the only places that were open were the deli, which, you know, I'm not going to pay $10 for a sandwich. Roasted, I'm not going to pay $12 for a sandwich. And, you know, I said, what do I do? And so what I did was I took the bus. Well, what the hell did I do? I took the bus back home. And I went to that place down the block that sells all that greasy food.
Which place is that? There's a
C&C.
lot of
Right down C&C.
C&C.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Captain Howdy, how's it going? But,
So
yeah, that
Doughboy
is
was-
why we have not been hanging out. You were too tired? No, I wasn't. I was home.
So Doughboy was closed?
Yeah, I went there thinking that you would be there. I went and it was boring as shit. No kidding. I called up Terrell the next day and asked him how it was. He said it was great. So,
There's this Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know all about, you know, I was thinking about going to New York to go and visit whatever family members I have over there left. 80% of them are gone. They're all in Florida and some other shithole. Ohio, I think, is the other one. And, of course, me here in Macon. But then I said, you know, first of all, I don't want to go to a city where the biggest news that was out for a long time was Anthony Weiner and his run for mayor. Now they got this guy named de Blasio that's running, that's supposedly ahead. And what's he got going for him? That he's in a mixed marriage. That's like the biggest freaking news over there. Oh, this guy's married to a black woman. He's got a kid with an afro. Who gives a shit? Oh, I love that, Ed.
The Avengers.
You got to send that picture to me, Ed. Look at that.
It's like the Avengers.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Where's Derek?
The Avengers from the Island of Misfit
I don't see
Toys or
Derek
something.
They weren't desegregated on that picture, so.
Okay.
I don't want to put Derek there with white arms.
All right, Hoodie, you wrote a lot of shit there. Our economy has a link to those who can do a job and how fast the system is convicting of labeling people. 1 in 100 under the supervision of a doc. Sooner or later, we have no one able to do anything. It's already starting. Well, what can I say? There's a lot of shit in that statement.
A lot of stuff going on.
You want to try to dissect that? I don't think so. I'll wind up like Derek with malnutrition on my bones.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of going crazy.
Hello, Bender.
Speaking of acting crazy, doing some crazy stuff. There's a mom that was accused of swinging baby like a bat, was put on suicide watch. This is from Connecticut. What, old stomping grounds? You were talking about the story you sent me? Naugatuck mother was accused of swinging her baby daughter by the feet after snorting Ritalin, appeared on court this past Friday, and has been placed on mental health and suicide watch. Police rushed to South Main Street in Naugatuck, Connecticut around 6:30 p.m. Last week after receiving several 911 calls. Found Aurora Houdeling, that's how you pronounce it, swing her 1-year-old daughter like a baseball bat, according to authorities. Police immediately tried to take the child from Houdeling, but she resisted, police said. The 39-year-old mother is appeared to be on drugs and was making irrational comments like, the governor is in my phone. The governor's in my phone, according to the police. The officers were able to rescue the girl and took Houdeling into custody. During investigation, police found Houdeling with Ritalin, and she admitted to officers that she had snorted, authorities said. Houdeling was taken to Hartford Hospital.
What's her name?
Houdeling, or Hofteling.
Houdeling.
Houghtaling.
Is that you, Hoodie?
Yeah.
Houdeling.
Was taken to Hartford Hospital and evaluated and was charged with risk of injury to a minor, interfering with a police officer, and use of drug paraphernalia. Bond was set for $500 for failure to appear and $100,000 for risk of injury. So yeah, she definitely needs some jail time for that. You know.
Hey, swinging a kid like a bat. There you go. Now we have to we have to ban
with
kids.
baseball. But then that's like what happened.
Bad kids.
That's
from
kind of
using them as bats.
Yeah, see, that's like just like in that movie Precious. If you ever seen the movie where Precious's mom, played by Monique, who got an Oscar, she was talking about, let me see your baby. I didn't know you were pregnant. You know, like, come on now, and like it was a newborn
That ever
baby.
happened to you? That
No.
ever happened to you?
Swinging
Anthony,
a baby like a bat? No.
No. I mean, accusing people of being pregnant, they're not. That's happened to me so many times. I did that one time with somebody, and she said, I'm not pregnant. I asked her, of course, when was her baby due? Mm-hmm. And I did that to the Hathaway. What is her name? The one that works for Newtown, Macon. You know who I'm talking about, Anthony.
Oh, Chris Hathaway?
Yeah, Chris Hathaway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had this big blouse on.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at that place that used to be downstairs from where you lived, Anthony, on Cherry Street.
Yeah.
Whatever that place was that lasted for less than a year. Once again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heather has done it before. And so I'm like going, oh, how wonderful, congratulations. When are you due? Of course, I'm trying to be nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, I'm not pregnant. I said, oh dear Lord. Nice blouse. Oh well.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's happened to me. I mean, you know, when people ask me if I'm pregnant. When I have my belly in,
with a beard?
Yeah, from all that eating that I used to do in New York. I weighed 160 pounds. I was a fat slob. Yeah. Yeah, you can't tell who's fat anymore or lose weight. We wouldn't have this problem, or just if you are having twins. Well, I didn't say that, but I certainly did say congratulations.
Yes.
Before even knowing whether the person was pregnant or not. And this happened like 3 times in my lifetime. I mean, literally like in a row. Like within weeks of each other. Like you would think I would learn a lesson.
I feel good. I've just been totally dehydrated this past week because after overexerting myself from the physical test Thursday before last, even though I passed it, I basically overexerted myself and basically was diagnosed. I had rhabdomyolysis, which is muscle fiber breakdown. My muscles were excreting way too much enzymes and stuff after I worked out from that physical test, as well as also walking, doing extra walking from Irving's place to my mother's house, which is like 3.5, almost 4 miles away.
Do you think that's going to hold you back from being sheriff?
I hope not. Really hope not. I mean, I don't want to be known as the rookie deputy who needs some depends because I was getting the runs and stuff, from that work, from working out. But
did that chick go down your leg?
What? No.
Sorry,
I mean, I was basically after since I don't have a car, I had to walk that last Friday. I was here. It was the day after the test. I basically had to walk from Irving and Ed's place to my mother's house instead of my place is only 1.5 miles, but going to my mother's house, that's like another 2 miles.
Anthony's hitting on you. He says, "Oh, will you just be like all the other sheriffs that can't run anyway?"
Yeah. Okay. Says the guy with
they walk briskly.
Yeah, says the one with the Pez dispenser pink jacket on, running for mayor.
It's a good thing they're going to switch over to black pants.
Yes.
Because if you were wearing those brown pants, they'll see that stain from here to New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeez. Derek, you could always be the cop that makes the donut run.
Okay.
There you go.
Anyway,
the funny shit.
Some really funny stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Anthony pooped his pants. All right. Go ahead, Derek. What else we got in the news?
Well, of course, this past...
Al Roker. You like Al Roker.
Of course, this past weekend, Adrian Peterson was mourning the death of his 2-year-old son who died in a South Dakota hospital last week following an alleged beating at the hands of the mother's boyfriend. He basically dedicated his game this past Sunday against the Carolina Panthers to his son due to this tough tragedy that he's going through. He said that he planned to play because football gets me through the tough times. As we heard, those who didn't know, he also lost a brother tragically, and basically football helped him cope through the tragedy of losing his brother at a young age when he was 9 years old. And him losing his son this past week, Adrian Peterson of the Minnesota Vikings, basically he's gone through a lot over the last week or so, last 10 days, losing his son from an alleged beating from his mother's boyfriend. So I know he's going to... I don't know whether they're going to press charges. We don't know. But unfortunately, the Minnesota Vikings lost to Carolina Panthers 35-10, which we will briefly go into sports. The New York Giants, they're 0-6 right now. They're winless. They lost to the Chicago Bears 27-21. Cincinnati Bengals barely got by the Buffalo Bills 27-24. St. Louis Cardinals took out the Houston Texans 38-13. Pittsburgh Steelers. Whatever. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated New York Jets 19-6. Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-20. Kansas City Chiefs, they're still undefeated. They beat the Oakland Raiders 24-7. Green Bay defeated the Baltimore Ravens 19-17. The Detroit Lions defeated the Cleveland Browns 31-17.
Hey boy, you look mighty cute in them jeans.
By the way, Anthony says I picked the Giants for the NFC, but it looks like it's not happening.
No, it's not happening. They're 0-6. They're 0-6. The Battle of the News was on Sunday night. The New Orleans Saints versus the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots gave the Saints...
Nothing new about that.
Well, yeah, nothing new about either of them. The Patriots Patriots gave the Saints their first loss for the 2013 season. They beat the New Orleans Saints in a last minute field goal, 30-27. Actually, it wasn't a field goal; it was a touchdown. Tom Brady, my mistake, it was because I watched the game last night. They had the Saints had the Patriots beat, But 10 seconds left in the game, Tom Brady throws a 25-yard touchdown game-winning pass to Tompkins, a rookie receiver. They end up winning the game 27-30 with 10 seconds left in the game. The New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots are both 5-1 and top of their fellow divisions. The Falcons were on a bye week this weekend, so they'll be playing next week. The Arizona Cardinals were defeated by the San Francisco 49ers, and also the Washington Redskins were beaten by the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry, they were beaten 31-16. There's a Monday Night Football game tonight. The Indianapolis Colts versus San Diego at 8:30 p.m. on ESPN tonight. Also, do not forget Peyton Manning, who's now playing for the Denver Broncos. He's going to be playing against his old team, as I said, Indianapolis Colts, next Sunday on the NBC game, Sunday Night Football game this upcoming Sunday. So that's definitely going to be a wing-dang-dinger of a game. Also, in other sports-related news, Brazil soccer player Manolo Cordova made a guest appearance on Univision sports program República Deportiva, and he was talking with the Senadores. Yeah, so there was some conversation on that, talking about how they're going to be a good host to the upcoming World Cup that's going to be next year, 2014, next summer, and also which also, by the way, Brazil is also the host of the 2016 Summer Olympic Games in 2016 in Rio. Also, not to forget, we have less than 3 months away from the Winter Olympic Games in Sochi, Russia, which will start February 6, 2014 on NBC.
That is, if they can keep the torch burning.
Yeah.
It went off 4 times.
Really?
Yeah, 4 times. It went off the first time under that tunnel where that big fat slob was running with it.
Yeah.
Right? They had like a gigantic cop or whatever the hell he was. He was big. He's a big fat slob running with this torch. And it's not the same thing because it's supposed to be that the big torch that they light up, and then you light up that little torch from that big torch.
You mean you get the little torch and light up the big one?
Or something to that effect, right? Yeah. But what happened was that the little torch went out, so they had to use a lighter. I don't get it.
They had to get a lighter.
They had to get a lighter. By the way, what auditions, Anthony? MLT auditions later
Make
today.
a Little Theater.
Oh, really? Oh, I would be perfect in the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, you could be.
I did the Wizard of Oz for many years.
You could be a munchkin.
So basically, what they want, but the question time, do they want me to be? If I do go for the lion, do they want me to be the lion from your version of Nick Chopper, or the MGM version of the lion? Just wanted to clarify. Just wanted to know.
Well, you know what, Anthony? I'll take you up on that. If you're gonna go audition, I'll go. They're doing the old classic movie. They're doing the Over the Rainbow version.
Okay, the
somewhere over the rainbow.
Yes.
Way up high. There's a blah 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 blah. I've watched the leprechauns.
Yes. Also, one more thing in sports, and I'll finish with this. The ACLS was on last night on Fox. They stayed on almost till midnight. The Boston Red Sox came back and tied the ACLS series. They beat the Detroit Tigers 6-5. So game 2 is going to be sometime later. I think will be Tuesday. It would be Tuesday because they're going to be playing in Detroit because the first 2 games were in Boston.
Detroit, does that city even exist anymore? I watched something yesterday with it.
Well, yeah,
what a horror show that place is.
Yeah, no, they have to. Well,
like living in hell.
That's the only thing that's keeping them going, man. Is the sports teams, the Detroit Tigers in baseball and the Detroit Lions in football. And by the way, the NCLS, I think that'll start sometime later this week. Of course, is the LA Dodgers going to be playing against the St. Louis Cardinals. They haven't started game 1 yet, but that will probably start underway. The series between the ACLS between Detroit and Boston, they're tied now 1-1. Game 3 will start, I think, tomorrow, since they don't have a game tonight. They're going to have to fly over to Detroit for game 3.
Wow. All right, there you have it.
Yes.
Anything else in sports?
That's about it.
By the way, let's take a poll. Redskins, good name or no good name?
Yeah, should they change the name or not?
You know, they changed the name in Long Island, Queens. St. John's University had the Redskins.
Yeah, so did the Miami, Ohio University.
And they changed it to Red Storm.
Yeah, well, that's another one. I'm talking about the one in Miami, Ohio. They went from the Redskins to the Red Hawks. They went to the Red Hawks. That was another...
Leave the name alone. I agree. I mean, everybody's so PC. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't even think about Indians. Even though they have a logo or the head of an Indian and they call themselves Redskin. Mm-hmm. I did not put 1 and 1 together. It didn't matter to me. It was just another football team.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit? Obviously, these Indians...
well, some.
Yeah, they're all pissed off about it. But let me just say this. You were defeated in the wars, Indians. You have no choice. You must abide by America's rule. And so what the hell? Stick a feather in your cap and walk away. Yeah. Yeah, change it to skin flutes.
Change it to skin.
What do they call that foreskin that they cut off your penis when they circumcise you?
They call it foreskin.
Yeah, call them foreskins.
Bag chewing gum.
Yeah, the foreskins.
Yeah. TMI, man. I ain't know about all that. Chewing gum.
Call him Mitch McConnell.
Stick with us, kid. You learn that.
Jeez, man. Why don't you just say juicy fruit or double mint or big red, something like that?
Mitch McConnell. He's a foreskin.
Jeez.
So, well, you have Boner and a McConnell. So you have the Boner and the foreskin. There you go. What the hell? Anyway, what else are we going to do, Derek? We got 5 minutes before break. I saw Diaz at the park yesterday. You were there?
No, Tyra said
Diaz.
he saw Diaz at the park yesterday.
No, I'm sorry, it's DB. All these letters. A.B. Rickett, C. Jack Ellis, D.B. D.S. God, man, I can't keep up with these letters.
This alphabet soup, man.
D.C. Whatever. Yeah, D.C. Who the hell is D.C.?
Donnie Curry.
Donnie Curry, oh yeah. David Kushner, yeah.
Sound like a report card.
Yeah, that's another one. He's got to live up to what the mayors live up to. You got Robert A.B. Rickett. Check this out, Anthony. It's just not a 19 factor. You got, right? Mm-hmm. You got
A.B. Rickett.
A.B. Rickett.
And
you got C. Jack Ellis. And then you have D.C.
David Kuzno. Is that an alphabet soup conspiracy or
on.
what?
Who's going to take over the letter E?
E.D.
Well, I guess it'll be rated E for everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he presented the key to the city. Guess what?
Speaking of E for everyone.
What's he going to open up a door to? What closet is he going to open up that door to?
Speaking of E for everyone, video games, WWE 2K14 is going to be coming out at stores available October 29th, later this month.
Yeah. Was the crackhead there, by the way, Anthony? The crackhead that works for, what's his name? Yeah. Was she there giving out buttons?
Mayor and his dog.
Yeah.
And his dog.
Mayor Rickett was there, and they were all there. They all want to be in the center of attention.
Yes.
You know, meanwhile, his commercials, he's spending a lot of money on these commercials.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're really, really, I'm sure Dunwoody or somebody's putting on this. I'd like to find out who made those commercials. You know? Yeah.
Maybe something.
Yeah, they had a free music event, and it was a great success. Wow, what a concept. Well, I mean, they heard you loud and clear, Anthony. Of course, they're going to steal your ideas. You know, Ellis is saying that he came up with it when he had the concert with
James Brown.
With James Brown, if you remember that. So he can accuse you of stealing his idea. But meanwhile, you were the only one mentioning it. And Ellis supported the idea, if you remember. He said, after you told him that you disagree with him, he comes back and he says he agrees with you, which was pretty ironic, but...
Yeah. Talk about trying to rain on somebody's parade. But speaking of which, did you hear about this story right here about parents are upset after school cancels Halloween? This is in Lansdale, Pennsylvania. It says, Halloween is a time for kids to dress up and use their imagination to its fullest, but one principal isn't letting kids enjoy festivities for Halloween night at school, and that has made some parents upset. It says, no Iron Man, Power Rangers, or Superman. Perhaps the only time of year you can wear a costume to class is canceled.
More PC shit.
Yeah. Many parents at Inglewood Elementary School in Towamencin, like Jody Biegert, are angry over a letter written by the principal where the subject line says, no Halloween parade or celebrations. It says, the letter says some people consider holidays like Halloween secular, while others say they have religious overtones. And the letter goes on to say, the school district's policy directs all North Penn schools to not sponsor or support celebration of Halloween parades, Halloween parties, or dressing in Halloween costumes. In response to the principal's message, the North Penn School District issued this statement. The Inglewood Elementary School at addressing Halloween is not an accurate representation of the school district's administration regulation. Regulation 6119 below. Schools are permitted to have Halloween parties in their classrooms during the school day, and school-wide activities such as parades are permitted before and after the school day. And fine, Inglewood Elementary School will hold such a fall festival with Halloween costume and activities and themes on the evening of October 18th. Halloween and fall-related activities are being held at NPSD's 18 schools, including Halloween dance, fall festivals, harvest festivals, trick-or-treating, and more.
Well, Macon doesn't have to worry about that. Macon celebrates the dead every day around here. That's all we celebrate. We wait until people die off, and then we celebrate them.
Yeah, that's basically...
You screw them in life.
Yes, we pull that...
If they're living...
Pulling the Yoko Ono card.
Just
living,
you know, it's funny because they said, it was on the news, they were talking about Michael Jackson and how much money he could have made had he lived, right?
Oh, yes.
And they said, yeah, but you really don't make the kind of money that you make
when you're alive.
When you're alive. You die.
Especially when your parents and your brothers and sisters, are living off of you. That's why Janet Jackson became a billionaire just like that. She didn't have to buy the Beatles records. She just saved her own money from her own records. They weren't asking her to pay the bills. Hey, can you help feed these?
I mean, let me tell you, Paul McCartney's struggling right now. I mean, he did a concert for free in the middle of Times Square. Talk about...
How's he struggling? He's a billionaire.
Talk about being desperate.
He's a billionaire. How's he struggling? He's 90. You can't be a billionaire and be struggling.
All right, we're gonna go on break, I guess.
Yes, it's 10:02 a.m. in Macon, Georgia.
Just in case you didn't know.
It's 64 degrees and cloudy with a high of 78 and a low of 59. You're watching The Morning Roast with Irv, Ed, and DB live from the Nut House.
Stick around because our last hour, who the hell knows what's gonna be said.
Yes, we'll be right back.
Is she dead?
What in the world? What kind of hot mess is that?
What the fuck?
That's what you get when you want a tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I what can I say?
What can...
She should have bought the orange spray like Bona does.
Yeah, just get that spray. Yeah,
spray
tan.
Spray can shit.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that woman that did it?
Oh yeah, she overdid it. Now looking like a caricature from a Uncle Remus story. Yeah. Jeez.
Danny boots do kill. By the way, all that light on your skin.
So she sprayed some kind of crap on her, and then it got wet with the thing, and then it just chopped her.
No, the thing just collapsed on her.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But the way the legs and arms were sticking out, I think it was made up. It was probably rigged, but it was funny.
You think it was a fake video?
I think it was fake, but I think it was funny as shit though.
Ugh. You got some great skin cancer. Be worried about the Venus flytrap effect.
That's right. It was a Venus flytrap.
Yeah, that was pretty awful. Oh, look who's back, Norchak. I haven't seen you in a bit.
Oh, hello.
Welcome back, Norchak.
Yes.
Or Snack.
Norchak was on here last week. You weren't.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't been on.
You were watching Judge Judy.
Welcome back. Good to have you back. Yeah. Good to have you back. Okay. We got, you know what? The 3 Americans winning the Nobel Prize for Economics. Mm-hmm. Where the frick were they? Why did they deserve it? Look at the economy.
Yeah, the economy.
You kind of laid
on that one.
How in the world?
I don't think any American should be winning any prize in economics right now.
They gave, guess what? I swear to God. They gave Obama the prize even before he became president.
Actually, during his first year as president.
Before he did anything.
And I said they should have had Salma Hayek on there for doing children work for UNICEF in Uganda when there was this baby that was starving to death, and they always talking about feed the children. Yeah. And she actually literally breastfed this starving baby African boy right on the spot.
Well, what about that girl, Malayla Slamanowski, whatever her name?
Malayla Hausanovsky?
Yeah, whatever. The one that got shot in the head, right?
Yes. Matter of fact, this past Friday, she was on 2020. She had a special...
She had a big thing on 2020.
Yes.
I mean, this little girl playing on a computer. They shoot her in the head, and she wakes up like Gandhi. I mean, and she said, well, I haven't worked for it yet.
Well, yeah, what you mean like being nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, not the Nobel Prize for Economics, but yeah.
And all I'm just saying is, what's it going to take? Another bullet in your head? I mean, that's pretty much what happened to her. She was shot by the Taliban for trying to spread the idea that little girls need to go to school, which I'm all for. But the point is, Obama gets it. For what reason? But yet this little girl can't get it, even though she was shot in the head and
she just
woke up like Gandhi.
Because she just wanted, girls in her country of Pakistan to have, be able to read and get education.
I'm all for it. I'm just saying. She probably couldn't speak a lick of English when she was shot in the head. Maybe getting shot in the head wasn't such a bad thing for her. She woke up and now she's like a princess of Egypt. Or wherever
basically, yeah.
Where is she from? Afghanistan, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised Malala didn't win it. But I mean, even though she is 16, even though, which is ironic, the youngest person who actually won the Nobel Peace Prize had before her was actually was an American, which we all know as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, she's a brilliant little girl. I mean, she speaks, and everybody's like in awe of her, like.
Yeah, I mean, she speaks very fluently for a person who was shot in the head.
I know. I mean, I'm just saying, if anybody deserves that, she should.
Yeah.
Just for being noble. Screw what the reasoning behind it is. Just that word, noble.
Yes.
Just being noble.
Yes.
I mean, didn't the guy invent dynamite? She's the epitome of dynamite.
Yes.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Actually, this past Friday, the ones who did win the Nobel Peace Prize, it went to the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons. So basically,
good golly gee, where the hell were you people when he had him to begin with, before he used him? Like, they give a shit at the tail end of a whole bunch of people getting gassed to death. And then they get awarded for doing what they're supposed to have been doing for years. What's that all crap all about? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a miracle bullet, by the way.
Yeah,
that girl sink him straighter than she would have ever thought of.
And it was point, and the man is like, the guy just, the shot, the person shot her at point blank range, and according to the 2020 interview that was done by Diane Sawyer, says the bullet took an odd path, hit a bone somewhere in the skull part in the temple area, traveled down the side of her head and onto her shoulder, came out of her shoulder and only hurt her face muscle and ear canal. So basically bounced on the temple of her skull bone and went down her shoulder, went out her shoulder.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. I agree, Tower. The Peace Prize should go to me.
Yes.
After all, we cause a lot of shit. Yeah, and he gets some medicine for surviving calisthenics.
Yeah.
Whatever. But let me see. 2 masked men barged in on a good friend of mine, 3 houses up from me, shot him and stabbed him multiple times. He's in a very bad. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Mr. Shitter. Mm-hmm. It's that's some shitty story. You're living up to your name. And you get the prize for technology. Best pictures in show business. Yeah, you need a Nobel Peace Pipe.
Peace Pipe.
Yeah,
I do too. Speaking of which,
crazy.
A lot of shit going on in this town.
Of course, by the way, the 3 Americans who won the Nobel Prize for Economics were Eugene Fama, Lars Peter Hansen, and Robert Schiller.
Yeah, Robert Schiller. You're full of shit.
Yeah. They won the Nobel Prize for Economics on Monday for developing new methods to study trends in asset markets. So,
whatever the hell that is. Another bad, another bad idea coming around.
Just
like
nice assets.
You really want to win a prize for the economy? Get this freaking government open.
Yeah.
And get our taxes.
That's the person who should get. Yeah, the person who can open up that. That's
get these Republicans out of office.
That's for sure.
And half of these Democrats too. Let's start all brand new. Let's go back. Maybe they had it right, Derek.
What right?
Maybe they had it right when they, when they did the Boston Tea Party and they rebelled against the government and,
So basically, we should just, just clean house every once in a while.
Yeah, just clean house. Oh, by the way, the Macon Bibb Sheriff's Office is talking about talk street sense. Let's take a look at that. How streetwise are you? Annette Horn, Lieutenant Annette Horn with the Bibb County Sheriff's Office shares tips to prevent trouble from happening to you. If you're walking or running outdoors, she recommends wearing bright colored clothing and changing up your routine in the car and on the road. Lieutenant Horn says to always be alert and aware of your surroundings. Well, that's really long-winded advice.
I guess
if you're running or walking, Why don't you just be like a normal citizen?
And just what?
Just stroll or get in your car.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to wear bright colors, what, to be an easier target?
So the driver will be able to see you, so you won't end up like the guy who got ran over on Gray Highway near across
the woman that got run over next week.
Yeah,
it's just a bad place.
They just need lighting.
Yeah.
They need. You see some of the streets here in Macon, Georgia.
Yeah, it's
There's
very
no
dim.
light.
Yeah, I mean it's dim in my area, in my neighborhood. I mean, if it wasn't for the light that's like this is just posed perfectly right under my driveway.
Yeah.
Which thank goodness my aunt was able to get. It would be totally pitch black near my house.
By the way, DJ, I'm glad you brought that up. DJ Real one. Yes. Did you see the woman on that drawbridge? Now, how stupid are you going to be? You're going across a bridge while it's opening up. You're not even supposed to be there. Those are railroad tracks.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a walk pedestrian bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And what's you wind up looking like?
Yeah.
Now, you guys have to admit, even you, Michelle, have to admit that when you were looking at that woman,
mm-hmm.
you were not looking at the whole woman. You were looking at her crotch because she was spread eagle across that bridge. And I'm telling you, everybody, what color were the shorts? What color were the shorts? I know what color they were. What color were the shorts, Derek? You missed it. You missed that woman with her spread eagle trying to hold on to dear life on that bridge.
Wow. Well, that was, I don't know. I guess maybe she
her shorts were not white.
Maybe she had a Dukes of Hazzard, Evel Knievel fantasy thoughts. I can make it across or something like that. You know, because a lot of people think that way sometimes. Think they can do it. You know?
Shorts did have a white streak on them, but can somebody tell me who saw that DJ? Would you tell us, please? What color were her shorts?
Okay.
DJ. Because everybody was looking at her shorts and her legs all spread out. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, she was about to fall to her death, but who knows?
She'll learn.
There you go.
It's my ex.
Nobody seems to know. Well, my question is, what the hell was she doing on a bridge that was for trains? She should have fell off. She's only going to fall 20 feet. She's only 20 feet above. That, of course, the fire department jumped right in there and said, shoot, let's make extra money. Let's go on that run and try to get her down from 20 feet up.
20 feet.
Like, who cares?
I guess.
Well, who cares? Believe it or not, God cares. God cares and cared about that woman on that bridge. Although he knew it was a stupid thing to do to cross a bridge while it's opening up. That, by the way, not a pedestrian bridge. You're not supposed to be on that bridge. But he spared her from her stupidity, as he spares a lot of us, through everything that we do. God plants a seed in the soil of our hearts, no matter what. Right, Derek?
Right, and that's...
Since we're all like dirt anyway, you figure the seed will fit well in the dirt of our lives.
Yeah.
Today's Morning Roast, our daily bread segment, is Seeds and Soils. And by the way, in the spirit of Halloween, this story just happens to talk about pumpkins. If you like growing pumpkins, I've done it.
Yeah.
Pretty mundane. You have probably heard of Dill's Atlantic Giant. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Neither. A variety of premium pumpkin seeds. Developed on a family farm in Atlantic Canada, the pumpkins grown from these seeds have set a record around the world. In 2011, a pumpkin grown in Quebec set a record at 1,818.5 pounds. That size of a pumpkin could yield about 1,000 pieces of pie.
It's over 1,800 pounds. Cool.
Yeah, quite extraordinary. That's bigger than that guy's scrotum.
Oh yeah, obviously.
When news reporters asked how this pumpkin could grow to such a size, the farmer replied that it had to do with the soil. The seeds were of a very special large variety, but the soil still had to be right, or the pumpkin wouldn't have grown properly. The Lord Jesus uses an illustration in which he compared different types of ground to a person's response to God's word in Matthew 13. Some seeds were eaten by the birds, and others started to grow, but were choked by the weeds, and some grew up, but had no soil to further their growth. But the seeds that fell on good soil yielded a crop, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30, verse 8. Each of us needs to ask, what kind of soil am I? The Lord wants to plant his word in our hearts so we can grow in our knowledge of him. More about Jesus, let me learn. More of his holy will discern. Spirit of God, my teacher be, showing the things of Christ in me. Written by Hewitt. The fruit of the Spirit grows in the soil of obedience. Your Bible read for today in 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 18. Grow in the grace of knowledge of our Lord and Savior Christ. There you have it. What kind of soil are you? What kind of soil are you, Derek?
Hopefully fertile soil.
Fertile?
And hopefully not dehydrated anymore. So.
You need to water that soil.
Yeah, definitely water that bad boy. Well, it's 10:28 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. It's 64 degrees and still cloudy in Macon with a high of 77 and a low of 59 degrees.
It's like pumpkins, Anthony. It went on forever, growing and growing, just like that.
Yes.
It grows on you.
Yeah, like a fungus.
Well,
That's
like a
inside
fungus.
of Herb's colon.
Yeah.
Well,
took a long time to grow.
Well, it's going on 10:29 right now. We have 30 minutes left on the show. You want me to go into who said it first and words?
Why the hell not? Who said it first?
Okay.
It wasn't Anthony who said it first. It wasn't C. Jack Ellis that said it first.
And that's a Jack thing.
It wasn't Robert A.B. Rickett that said it first. And it wasn't David D.C. Cousineau who said it first. So who said it first?
Okay.
Derek?
Here's the day's quote of who said that first. Read my lips.
Oh.
We know that.
Yes, the term attracted international comment at the 1988 Republican National Convention when George H.W. Bush accepted the nomination to run for president. Peggy Noonan was George Bush's speechwriter, and she included the expression in his outline of one predicted policy: "Read my lips."
He made it famous.
No taxes.
But they were saying that in New York for a long time.
Well, yeah, and the soundbite went around the world. But the line predates that occasion by at least 30 years. So somebody said it 30 years earlier.
They used to say it in New York.
Yeah.
My friend Tony, he looked like Joe Pesci. He always said that. Read my lips. Read my lips.
Yeah, read my lips. Do I look like a clown to you? Do I amuse you?
You got a
Don't
pretty
amuse
mouth.
you?
Yeah, you've got a pretty mouth.
Read my lips. Oh, and he hated Al
You've got a
Sharpton.
pretty mouth.
He hated Al Sharpton.
Hey, I'm watching you.
Yeah.
I got my eye on
I
you.
watch you.
Read my lips.
Can you squeal like a pig?
Another
Can you squeal like a
stolen
pig?
idea.
Yeah.
Well, in 1958, American songwriter Joe Green composed "Read My Lips."
Does that mean Joe Green?
No, which was recorded for Liberty Records with the Russ Garcia Orchestra. If anyone wants his LRP-3062, that's the
Fuck that.
No. Green was a respected songwriter whose output was recorded by an A-list: Ella Fitzgerald, Carmen McRae, Julie London, Fats Waller, the Mills Brothers, Stan Kenton, Ray Charles, Dinah Washington, and even the Muppets. Green's line, "Read My Lips," moved into rock vernacular, and other songs arose that appropriated that title. It was also borrowed by a movie, a racehorse, a sports coach, Coronation Street dialogue, that's from a British soap opera, and eventually an American president-to-be. In Britain, 7 years after George Bush's use of the term, Education and Employment Secretary David Blunkett caused a stir at the 1995 Labour Party conference by declaring, "Watch my lips, no selection, either by examination or interview under a Labour government," quote unquote. It was later explained that in an attempt to parody Bush, he had forgotten to include the word "further" before selection. So there you have it. Who said that first? Read my lips.
Read my lips.
Yes, it was by
More tax.
Joe Green and Bush.
Joe Green.
Yes, the songwriter, now the Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker. But
shit, I didn't know there was two of them.
Yeah, and for word origins, wordsmith from John Ato, the word of the day is fizzle.
Fizzle.
Yes, F-I-Z-Z-L-E.
Kind of like the
Fizzle
show's
my
gonna fizzle
nizzle.
out.
For shizzle.
Fizzle my nizzle.
For shizzle, Ed. Originally, fizzle meant fart silently or unobtrusively. And then it
Who
came...
the hell uses that word?
Fizzle. I don't know.
Unobtrusively.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out how does fizzle correlates to fart? That's what I'm trying to figure
Believe me,
out.
Herb, if you wrote a speech, you'd figure a way how to use that word.
Yes.
Thank you,
Originally,
Ed.
Read my lips.
Originally, fizzle meant fart silently or unobtrusively. And then in court, they poisoned one another with their fizzles. And Benjamin Walsh's translation of Aristophanes' Nights in 1837. Then in mid-19th century, it started to be used for a weak, spluttering, hissing sound, and hence figuratively, enfeebly. In the earlier sense, fizzle was probably a derivative of the now obsolete English verb fist, or fart, a source of feisty, which came ultimately from Indo-European pezd, P-E-Z-D, no doubt imitative of the sound of breaking wind. The later sense is close enough semantically to suggest that it's probably a metaphorical extension of the earlier, but it could be also be a new formation based on fizz, which is also an onomatopoeic origin. So that's today's word.
Well, Michelle makes a horrible comment.
Fisting now.
Fisting now, I can get into that. No, go figure.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for letting us know, Michelle.
Yeah, TMI, Michelle.
Anyway, that fizzled out. By the way, you know, I had an observation this weekend on two specific people.
Herb might have been.
Trayvon Martin.
Right.
And that kid that died in that rug. He got stuck in the rug looking for a shoe.
Oh yeah, he died earlier this year.
He died earlier this year, and they stuffed him with newspaper and got rid of his organs. And they go figure in Georgia.
Yeah,
this shit happens more than often.
They probably sold his organs.
But here's the thing. The weird thing about it was, and I'm gonna warn you on this, Derek. Don't go out and buy Skittles. It seems like both of these kids had Skittle bags with them.
And a hoodie.
Yeah. and a hood. By the way, and a hoodie. There's just something about Skittles and hoodies that gets you
Correlated
killed.
with black men with hoodies and Skittles.
Yeah. It just so happens that when they show the kid with his feet dangling out of that rug, right there next to him is a bag of Skittles. And I'm thinking to myself, is there some kind of conspiracy going on with Skittles and hoodies? Yeah, it's the devil's candy.
You remember that Skittles commercial I had? Taste the Rainbow.
I'm just saying, it's an observation that I took that I said, I think they, you buy a bag of Skittles, you're somebody's target. You're going to get shot or killed or thrown in a rug. Or something.
That is something to think about, though.
Well, what do you think about that?
I almost bought a bag of Skittles yesterday. I was... It's truth be told.
Here's the thing.
Instead, I bought some Snickers instead because they satisfy.
I'm just saying. Well, first of all, that kid didn't wind up in that rug by putting himself in there. I think he was killed, and they rolled his ass up and they threw him in a corner so they wouldn't see it. That's what I think. Yeah. Well, you carry a gun, a rug boy. All I'm saying is it just seems kind of ironic.
Yeah.
That every time there is a death. Now, what almost killed you, Derek?
Basically
an energy drink.
Soda.
Yeah.
Soda. I had a large 16-ounce can of soda while walking 3.5 miles.
Yeah.
After doing a serious exercise.
Here we got some video going.
All over you.
Yeah, this is what Michelle was talking about.
The Skittles commercial, yeah.
Or the other guy.
Overexertion, I guess.
Is it cold in here? No.
Check out Skittles.
Give me some sugar daddy. Get ready for my sweetness. Ooh, it's about to come. Ooh, turn around. All over you.
Share the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Now, why did they ever air that commercial? I would laugh my ass off.
Maybe she should have got some Snickers because it satisfies. Yeah.
It's horrible. Only Ed can find shit like that. I
did see that. They had a part 2 of that. They had a part 2 that when she was giving birth. Like,
who the hell saw that video?
Yeah, some of them seen it in the rugby. I played it on before.
Horrible. And you think I had a bad idea about Skittles? I'll never be able to look at them the same way again.
Do they sell Skittles at the movies over at Amstar? Because it's been a while. Because I know they sell Raisinets and Goobers and Snow Caps, Junior Mints.
And bonbons.
Yeah, see, we used to take Skittles at the theater. We sit all the way in the back. We just throw Skittles during the movie, hit people in the head.
See, I used to be like a Raisinette mule, man, because I used to. Dang. See, I used to buy
Trash in.
Yeah. See, I used to because I used to buy Raisinets back in the day when I had a car and a job. I used to buy go to Kroger right next door to Amstar and just buy them for like 99 cents to save myself $3 and stuff, because why would I spend $4.50 for some Raisinets?
What, in the theater?
Yeah, in the theater.
Yeah, it's like $10 now.
Yeah, like $4 for some Raisinets where I can get it for 99 cents over at Kroger next door.
Whatever happened to Good and Plenty? Remember that?
Yeah.
Charlie said,
I guess they weren't plentiful.
Mike and Ike or whatever. Mike and Ike. Yeah.
Mike and Ike.
Yeah,
they got back together, I see.
Ike and Dyke. Dicker and Dicker of Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Go figure.
Speaking of movies and movie candy and at the theater, Gravity was second week in a row. #1 movie of this week.
Now, they've said that it's fake. I don't get it. I mean, wouldn't that shit happen if you're in space and things start to go haywire? Wouldn't that happen?
Well, according to one particular space movie, in space, no one can hear you scream. So, go figure. They were able to have.
And who can disprove that?
Only the astronauts
I mean,
have
Sandra
been there.
Bullock in a space movie is kind of like
with George Clooney.
With George Clooney. Yeah. Well.
Well, it's the number one movie for the second week in a row, making $44 million this weekend, giving it a total box office income of $123 million total.
Yeah.
The number two movie this weekend was Tom Hanks' movie Captain Phillips.
Which, by the way, has another controversy about that, saying that it's all
real.
fake. Yeah, the guy wasn't. Seems like they're just making shit up just to entertain it.
Yeah, like storytelling. See? That's the movie.
It's called lying. It's called blatant fake lie.
Yes.
Just like Columbus. Christopher Columbus.
Captain Phillips
discovered
made
America, my ass. He discovered El Salvador.
No, the only
What
thing,
they all
really,
fake.
the only thing that he discovered was he was lost. Okay, let's be.
Everything's all made up.
Yeah.
The country's all made up.
Number 3 movie was the Sony Pictures sequel to Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That was part 2. That made $14.2 million this weekend. Number 3 in the box office, made with a total run of $78 million. The movie that made its debut this weekend, Machete Kills. The Danny Trejo movie, directed by Robert Rodriguez, best known for his From Dusk Till Dawn and El Mariachi movies. And the Spy Kids movies, it made $3.8 million.
What was that first movie? Delta Dawn?
I thought it was El Mariachi.
Oh. No, you said something about Delta Dawn or some shit.
From Dusk Till Dawn. It was the vampire movie that he made with...
Wasn't that a Helen Redding song?
No, that's Delta Dawn.
Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today?
Hallelujah!
Let me just say this. Why can't they have Helen Redding come? Percy Sledge.
Yeah, she's still
Percy Sledge. One hit wonder. You talk about music. Get Helen Redding on here. Get Marie Osborne.
What about Casey and the Sunshine
You heard
Band?
about the Dead concert?
I thought about that.
You didn't hear about the Dead concert?
No.
Grateful
Yeah,
Dead?
the Dead are coming.
Grateful Dead?
No, Otis Redding and Dan Allman.
Yeah, well. Yeah, dig up Greg Allman. Or whatever they call him that died.
Greg's playing here this month.
Oh, yeah, that's
Dig
true.
him up and wheel him around the park.
Yes, and Runner made the top, round out the top 5 movies that came out that played this weekend. Some in it, some else.
Hey, Anthony, if they had a movie about making Georgia,
well,
what would we call it?
I don't know.
Make
But
it
speaking
big.
of which, there was I was watching. Speaking of television, that I was watching this weekend. Try to keep myself alert and stuff. They did mention making an current episode of The Walking Dead last night.
Did they?
Yeah.
I was watching that, trying to find one of the actors that I will recognize, but they're all so made up. I mean,
Yeah, they're made up in zombie costumes. Yeah, as you know, I did
get
remember.
me the hell out of here.
I remember one of the people. I did work with one of the actors on there who died last season. Irony Singleton, the guy played T-Bone, the black guy on the show.
Well, let's prove his acting skills. Come back
So
from
don't
the
tell me
dead.
about last night because they're going to watch it after this show. But
Yeah, The Walking Dead.
Did anybody die? Any of the regular cast die?
Not that I know. I think.
Okay, then who do you think is going to be the next one to be off?
I don't know. I think maybe one of the kids, because they were like naming one of them. He was like, "Hi, Nick," and like, see, you about to get tore up right there. See.
Yeah. By the way, that finger looks like a big penis on the map, but that's the first thing I thought it was. I had to double check that.
Well, who? What? Where? What?
And somebody's pointing Jamaican County on Facebook. It looked like a big penis. I was like, what the hell? Oh, it's a finger.
Mm-hmm. Crazy stuff.
But
Speaking
anyway,
of
yeah, it was Macon County they were looking at.
Oh, okay. Speaking of crazy stuff, I was watching something on the History Channel, which was really crazy. They had something called Caligula, 14 Days of Terror. And basically,
Caligula was that
Roman
Caesar guy that was all perverted, right?
Yeah, really perverted. I mean, dude had a thing for his sister Drusilla and stuff, and I thought basically they were killing him because dude was like trying to.
Want a beer?
What?
Want a beer?
No, thank you.
Wow, what the hell?
What an awesome Halloween get up.
Boy, that sucker looks real.
Looks like a hat.
Boots. Yes.
Like those girls like to wear.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. You obviously must have seen the movie version of A Have You Tower.
By the way, isn't it ironic that they're filming The Walking Dead in Macon, Georgia? Or Macon County, whatever. The Walking Dead.
Yeah, because we celebrate the dead.
Well,
yeah.
no, they were doing it in in Sanaya,
Mm-hmm.
but now they're filming it somewhere else now. Some other town in Georgia. There's a big thing on it because it's dead. People left because there was no work, so there's pretty much nobody in the town. And I can't remember the name of it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I can find out.
But it was just kind of weird, you know. I just happen to be watching it because anyone you've seen the movie, if you've seen the movie back in '70 with the one with Malcolm McDowell playing the role of, if you've seen that and not know about Roman history, you will definitely need some therapy after watching that because that was just some crazy stuff, no doubt about it. But it was just really, really crazy. I was watching, and basically, what really was the last straw that broke the camel's back was basically when Caligula he already raised enough hell, and he was basically thinking like, I'm just gonna move the capital of Rome, the capital of the empire, from Rome to Alexandria in Egypt, because he would have absolute power. He could be able to rule and raise hell without having to worry about the Senate and stuff. So he could be able to rule like a pharaoh. And Romans don't had much pride of being Romans and not Egyptians. So basically that was the straw that broke the camel's back, along with other stuff that came on, like, basically trying to prostitute the senators' wives in one party and that type of stuff. He was just raising hell all over the place.
Diaz, I appreciate the Walking Dead link there, but it seems like it's got too much information. Like, why don't they just have a clean list of all the places? I gotta read that whole freaking blog with blood on the side there. I thought it was my screen.
They have it on IMDb. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see now. This one here, West Central Prison. That's in Zebulon. That's where the prison is.
Okay.
Sonoya, Georgia. And then that's
Sonoya.
Riverwood Studios. They've also filmed in Atlanta and Peachtree City.
Okay, Peachtree City.
They haven't updated this yet.
So did they film it in Macon, Georgia, or have they ever filmed The Walking Dead here?
No.
Yeah. They had one guy that was like the main ugly guy on there, the main zombie. Whatever happened to him?
There was no main
I think
zombie.
Anthony knows him.
There was no main
You mean the main killer? I mean
The main
zombie killer.
The main zombie.
Rick, the guy, the main guy, Rick Grimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I met him. He actually looked like a zombie. Yeah. He actually looked like a zombie when I met him. Although he wasn't dressed up as a zombie.
Right.
Just skinny. Ugly.
Well, you just don't see that many.
Guys.
You just don't see that many morbidly obese zombies. It kind of defeats the purpose.
I'm just saying,
brains are not fattening.
Yeah, they're not that fatty, right?
Not only that, but usually you get to them, some of them don't have any.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. They're filming all these other zombie movies here. They had Zombie Crush that was done. It was kind of a offbeat take on zombieism.
Yeah.
Where two little kids got lost. Mike Koski. Yeah, he's a featured extra.
Mm-hmm.
He played a zombie a few times. Yeah, he did. But where the hell is he now? Seems like zombie movies and what other movies are big hit for the last couple of years now?
Also, racing type movies like the
like
Fast and
Furious.
And they filmed,
What's the other one?
The one that they did, Need for Speed. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
it's supposed to come out next March, by the way.
Next March, yeah, Need for Speed. Mm-hmm. They got the Hunger Games also
the Hunger
being
Games,
filmed.
yeah.
The Hunger Game or the Hunter Game.
Yeah.
The Hunger Game. What is that all about? What's the premise of the Hunger Games?
You fight to live.
Yeah, you fight to live, kind of like the Running Man.
Yeah,
like
that was a piece of shit movie, The Hunting Man.
Well,
whatever.
Wasn't that bad though? I mean, I kind of liked it. It was quite entertaining. You know, basically, if you add like hunting, you know, meets The Price is Right, you know, something like that, you know.
Oh, they had what's his name? Who's dead now?
Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson.
Yeah. It's not a hot dog.
The guy likes kissing everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a stupid movie. Who was in it again? Sylvester Stallone.
You talking about in the Running Man? Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The wrestler Jesse Body Ventura, Richard Dawson, Maria Conchita Alonso.
That you noticed.
Well, yeah, the woman's hot. Of course, I was a teenager.
Conchita Alonso.
And Yaphet Kotto.
Who names that kid Yaphet Kotto?
African people. He's from Africa, man.
It sounds like something out of Star Wars.
Yaphet Kotto. I mean, he's from Africa. I mean, that's what the parents' name.
George Lucas.
And Jim Brown. Also, Jim Brown. He was also in that movie.
Yeah. Before he died.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Jim Brown, not James Brown. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Well, Anthony, you got to come up with a script, kid. Here's what I thought. I thought of a script. All right, of anything and everything that we put our hands on turns to stupidity.
That's the title?
Yeah.
That sounds like some
yeah.
Sound like a Derek Shapiro film.
Yeah, Derek Shapiro film.
I'll just
make him the producer.
Yes, Derek Shapiro presents
a mindless freaking movie will make millions. Look at Machete. What the hell was that all about?
Machete,
The Machete guy picked the ugliest son of a bitch that you can come up with, who looks Indian.
Actually, he's Mexican.
Yeah, go figure. Mexican guy. They're Indians, aren't they?
Well,
they're like Aztecs.
Yeah, but that's a totally different topic. See, that damn Christopher Columbus, see? Right there.
That son of a bitch.
He went the wrong way trying to find a shortcut to India. He ended up over there. That's why Native American people, Native people here are called Indians.
He came on to the other India.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah, see?
Give me a break.
Well, duh, man. Like that was like I had something to do with it. To my what kind of name was Derek? Well, it's German. Do I look like I could be part of Hitler Youth? I don't think so. I'm just saying.
Anthony, he's related to you. Aren't you German, Anthony? He's related to you. Think about it. Let him go on that show, that shitty show that they got on television.
Talking about who do you think you are and trying about ancestry?
Yeah, I have a hard time believing any of that shit. I mean, where did it come up with all that information?
Well, it's not going to be that much of a mystery. Like,
it's always like, yeah.
Slave and the other non-black party. Okay, Native American. Okay, now break that down into what?
By the way, Hitler wasn't German. He was Austrian.
He was Austrian, yeah.
Yeah, so...
he just happened to speak German.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's which is kind of messed up, though. This guy basically started a world war. Why? Because he couldn't get into art school. Ain't that something? I can't draw this line. I can't draw circles. I can't do it.
Heil! Hang Hitler.
Anyway.
They keep doing that. Go ahead. Okay.
I can't draw this line. I can't draw these circles. I don't know how to. What is an etch? I don't know how to manage an etch sketch. I can't get into art school. I can't do it. There's always the variety. And there's always the variety, buddy.
Derek.
If you don't know how to draw, there's always the variety. Or if only they had a University of Phoenix back then, we wouldn't even had a World War II. See?
Yeah.
I'm just
University of Phoenix. Isn't that internet college? You get on some website and you get a degree. Ain't that some shit? That's better than Domino's. Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut degree. Just call and order it.
Yeah.
Get on the net and give your Social Security number, and every scumbag in the planet gets a hold of it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Speaking of history, though, there was something right here in New York, your neck of the woods. This is brand new about breaking news. Louis Armstrong House marks 10 years as a New York City museum.
I used to go. We used to meet. My church used to meet at the Louis Armstrong High School or junior high school.
Yeah. See, this says that the modern two-story brick house that jazz great Louis Armstrong called home for 28 years is celebrating its 10th year as a museum. As part of the year-long celebration, the Louis Armstrong House Museum in New York City will be unveiling a plaster life mask of the trumpeter made in the 1950s. The curator, David Reese, says Armstrong was very aware of his fame and liked to document his career in unusual ways. The house of the Corona section of Queens is virtually unchanged from when Armstrong and his wife lived there.
I used to go past that house every day.
It's
a wonderful world.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Louis Armstrong, he died in the master bedroom in 1971. The museum holds the largest publicly held archival collection in the world devoted to a jazz musician.
I wonder why they call it a master bedroom. Is it because that's where you masturbated?
Or master is bedding, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Don't strike him down.
You play his trombone to the end.
Blowing his horn.
Blowing his trombone. He blew a hole in the ceiling.
Oh my goodness.
Gave it a skylight. Just like here.
Wow. Speaking of, well, we're still under hurricane. They're still under hurricane watch, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, he died playing with his Satchmo.
Yeah. Well, of course, this weather. We're still in tornado and hurricane season.
No shit.
Yeah. Till November, right? No. And so on the other side of the world, they have cyclone season, especially in India. Typhoons, excuse me.
Yeah, skin flutes.
Yes.
The cycle.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of which,
we're all talking the same language.
This past weekend, there was a mass evacuation for an Indian cyclone hit India.
Yeah, they didn't want to lose another 10,000 people.
Yeah, exactly. Cyclone Fallon, the strongest tropical storm to hit India in more than a decade, destroyed hundreds of millions of dollars worth of crops. But a day after it made a landfall in the Orissa state of the country's east coast this past weekend, authorities said they only knew of only 17 fatalities, in which were probably gross since it has over 1 billion people. But luckily, the final total is expected to climb as officials reach areas of the cyclone-battered coast. Many of the people who evacuated, over 1 million people, have appeared to evacuate, and because of that evacuation, the safety has saved many lives. So
I'm glad, because we would have been screwed over every time we had a problem with our cell phones or we had a problem with our bank account. There would have been nobody at the switchboard answering the phone. You notice most of these jobs are now somewhere in India. We would have been screwed over. Maybe. Think about this now, folks.
Okay.
Maybe that's why the EBT food stamp down. because they were all dealing with the cyclone over in India. That's who works for us now, no?
You think so?
Yeah, you think about it. Every time you pick up a phone, and they're like, hello? Yeah, give me an Indian.
How may I assist you today?
Yeah.
Hello, I'd like to speak to Irvin.
Hello?
I'd like to speak to Irvin Martinez, please.
Hello, my food stamps aren't available yet. What's going on there?
Please hold.
Are you here? Are you here, Mr. Martinez? Yes.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Martinez. Who the hell are you?
My name is Ralph.
Yeah,
My name is
Ralph. What's happening with my food stamps?
Did you pay your bill?
Pay what bill? It's a food stamp.
Oh, my mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Have you changed your phone companies?
No,
lately?
I haven't.
Okay, let me call you back later. Okay.
What, you son of a bitch?
You go crazy.
What the hell? That's why America's falling apart. All the Indians are running for cover from the cyclone. Yeah.
Shark clone, man, that's best time.
Do you want a Slurpee with that?
Dang.
Unbelievable. 7-Elevens are all closed. Even though the cyclone wasn't anywhere near them, but they figured we have to make sure our family's alive. They made it out safe.
Well, they had over 1 million people were evacuated from off the coast and stuff. Because
Wow.
imagine if they didn't get that, they didn't get that warning.
Yeah, this is the way we celebrate Columbus Day, Anthony. We celebrate the Indians.
Well, by the way, which are the real Indians, by the way, over in India. I mean, Native Americans. But look, we might as well just say that Native Americans were the first victims of mistaken identity theft, basically.
By the way, call them Indians. Don't call them Redskins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's 64 degrees outside and cloudy and Macon with a high of 77 and a low of 59. It's going to be very cloudy throughout the day. Maybe some showers. Who knows? We want to thank all the ones who came here. Ashley 34, DS Photo Guy, Master Meatball, Michelle Stacy, Plastic Canvas, Beer Sports Cards, Ben in Ohio, Bobby Wayne, 8384, DJ Azrael 1, Mystic Shitter, Nordschnack.
I'm glad you're back, Nordschnack.
Yes. Don't be a stranger.
Don't be such a stranger anymore.
Yeah, Opiate for Life.
Pay your internet bill.
Smell My Finger, Tower of London, and Watchdog 1. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for all your kind letters and phone calls during the week when I was in the hospital.
And thank you, people, for those who didn't give a shit either.
Yeah.
By the way, Anthony, give me a call.
Yes. Thank you very much, and I hope and back to you, Nordschnack. It's 11:03 a.m. and we'll see you tomorrow. On behalf of Irv and Ed, this is DB saying, can you smell what the roast is brewing?
Good night, all. Good day. Good afternoon. And good evening.
Whatever.
There you go. Call me, Anthony.